still smell it. Mark Nash, Michael Gross. Michael Gross, the boss. My nigga. My brother. Let's get this shit done, Mike. We all love sports, right? Mike Gross, the boss. This is Mike on sports. He smoke competition, same time smoke a port. When it comes to debating, he's one of the greatest. Put him on the A-list over Kellerman and Bayless. If you missed the show, couldn't make it, just log on and click the playlist. That boy always working, not to be played with. Hit subscribe and the bell for the latest. Mike Gross, the boss. Mike on sports. Right there from first bell, tip up and coin toss. Mike Gross, the boss. Mike on sports. He call it how he see it. Either you won or you lost. Big games, big fights, rolling dubs up. You like the content, hater? Click the thumbs up. Cash App, super chat, go all in. But do your research first before you call in.
Been waiting on. Yes, I am back. I am back. I am back. I am back.
Put the work in. I'm proud of the player that he became. I'm proud of the man that he became. And it's just, Bronco country, we're all heartbroken about this. To his family, his friends, everybody that know him, our thoughts and prayers go out to you. When you
Yo. What up, people? Welcome back to another edition of Mike on Sports. I'm your host. I go by the name of Mike Gross, man. Big up to that 501 and that 317. You know how I get down, baby. Little Rock, Indianapolis, I'm back, she back, he back, we back, and we in the motherfucking building. Give me 1 second, y'all. Well, never mind, I'm good. D nice, man. I wasn't expecting, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Right off the bat. What's good, my brother?
Oh, man, checking in because I'm about to hit these streets in a little bit. So tap in for a little boxing talk, man, to see what's going on.
Already, man. I sure do appreciate it, brother. I mean, I don't even know where to begin at, man. What's good, Jalen? Bayside Boxing, Brendan Smith, Late Show 42, Fighter IQ, Tyron Harrison, Joey Chaz, Majid, D Nice, and Shaka. What's good, man? Y'all make sure y'all smash that thumbs up button on the way in. D Nice,
Mike,
man. Talk to me.
That nigga Mark Nash is a funny motherfucker, man. I listened to that playback, man. He was lighting Derek Lincoln ass on fire.
Yeah. Hey,
man. My goodness.
These Earl fans got to deal with it, man. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. EJ, I ain't got really much to say about EJ, man. Well, we gonna hopefully over the next couple months we get some kind of announcement, you know what I'm saying, just to see what Earl got going. We seen Terrence Crawford today with Usyk. Usyk, you know what I mean? He was with Usyk today. And I ain't gonna lie to y'all. This is how the heavyweight champion of the world look. This man right here look like a goddamn a fucking housewife with all that shit on, man. But he'll kick your ass, though. I tell you that. Motherfucker, man, you can look how you want to look. He'll kick your ass, though, man. Usyk is in New York. He's up there to support his compadre Lomachenko. Lomachenko got a he has a co-main fight this weekend. Which should be a good fight. Should be I want to say competitive, but I think it's going to be competitive as long as it lasts. You know what I'm saying? I think Loma is really on a on a revenge. Well, I don't want to say revenge, but he's on a course to make sure that everybody know who he is and what he is and what he done. Real quick, man, get y'all to weigh in right there. Lomachenko and Comey, man. What you think about this fight?
I think it's a good name. I really think he's about to blow Comey out the water, though.
Yeah, I got the same feeling, man. Comey looked like he a little bit too respectful, man. Like all this, I mean, shaking hands and shit. I mean, smiling and shit. I get it, but at the end of the day, like, dog, you gotta fight, man. Like you ain't fighting nobody. Like you ain't fighting the dude you just fought. You know what I'm saying? Like you fighting Lomachenko, man. Like you need to be. I would like to see a little bit more animosity right now. Like you're seeing a lot of handshaking, a lot of smiling, a lot of all right, man, we good now, dog. Nah, dog. But hey, we'll see. But I got Lomachenko. Man. I want to say stoppage, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you can stop Comey, overwhelm him. But I got Lomachenko, man. Just say pick. I don't want to say stoppage.
Yeah, I got Loma. I'm gonna say 10th round stoppage.
10 rounds. So you think Loma can get Comey up out of there?
Yeah. I think he's gonna get him up out of there.
What was it gonna be like? Overwhelming, or you think it's gonna be? Go ahead.
It's gonna look like the Nakatani.
I can see that.
A whole bunch of shit coming from everywhere.
I could see that because Nakatani was overwhelmed, man, with the angles and with the movement. He just couldn't goddamn me get a clear picture on Loma. He was doing so much shit in that ring. So and Comey, he's a good fighter. I'm not taking nothing away from him. He's a former world champion. Been in there with Robert Easter. Been in there with Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? Very, 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 very good fighter. But I just think, man, Loma is on a revenge tour. Like he really, to me, and this is just the outside looking in. To me, I don't think that loss to Teofimo Lopez really sits well with Lomachenko. I think he believed that he wasn't 100% going into it, like he said in that sit down interview that he had with that Ukrainian dude or whatever the fuck he is. And I think he's out to prove everybody, like, when I'm 100%, ain't nobody at 135 can fuck with me.
Yeah, that's the mission it looked like. The only person who I wouldn't be mad at if they don't fight Loma is Devin Haney.
Why?
Because Lomachenko, I can't say Lomachenko ducked Haney because he went and fought another champion to unify. But he definitely denied Haney his chance at the mandatory.
He denied Devin Haney his chance that Teofimo Lopez had. That chance of becoming a bigger star by beating somebody who has a platform or a resume like Loma. As soon as Teofimo Lopez beat Lomachenko, he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. You see, he just got his award at the BWAA for, I believe, 2020 Fighter of the Year because of the pandemic, or 2021 Fighter of the Year because they couldn't give it to him because of the pandemic. So he got his award.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be the only fighter who I could see bypassing Lomachenko in strictly based on that fact. Although I would love to see that fight.
I mean, when I say resume based on boxing, I'm talking about Rigo. I'm talking about Nicholas Walters. Like the Axeman was a he was a dude that was talked about a lot before he ran into Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? He even had Spencer Fearon, you know what I'm saying, picking him and shit. So you got the Axeman, you got Gary Russell Jr. Like his resume speaks for itself.
And it was crazy because Nicholas Walters was toe to toe with him in that fight. and then it just went left. I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like, he was matching dude, punch for punch, skill for skill, and then he just quit. I'm like, the fuck is you doing? And then we ain't heard from him since. Has he boxed since?
I don't know, man. I think, man, honestly, man, when I think about that fight, I swear, I think dude came for a check.
That's the way it looked.
I think he came for a check, man, because like you said, like it was lightweight competitive. I'm not gonna lie, but I thought Loma was doing the better, you know what I'm saying, in that fight. But yeah, man, he only lost one time. One loss, one draw. The draw came to Jason Sosa, who Lomachenko beat. And then he fought Lomachenko very next fight. And he lost, and he ain't fought since 2016. Yeah, he ain't fought since 2016. And I don't know how old he is. But yeah, man, like Loma got some good wins now. It ain't like Loma is just overhyped. You know what I'm saying? I know Bob Arum maybe took it too far, saying he's as good as Muhammad Ali, and that drove a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, the wrong way. But Loma can fight.
Yeah, Loma
can fucking fight, man. We don't sit here and be like Loma not good. And Loma said he's open and willing to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, but he knows how politics plays in boxing. You know what I'm saying? I think like I'm looking at George Kambosos, right? George Kambosos went to the Devin Haney fight, stayed for the Davis fight. Why didn't Bob Arum, you know what I'm saying, try to get him to stay for the Lomachenko fight? Cause from what I've seen, he just got a hero's welcome back in Australia. Told everybody, oh, these belts staying here. We're gonna bring some big fights to Australia. So I'm trying to figure out why, if all these fights happen in consecutive weekends, why wouldn't he stay one more week and just see Lomachenko?
I mean, ain't no telling. But I think if Bob tried to convince him, I think it would have cost Bob some money that Bob wasn't willing to pay.
I don't think it cost him no money, man. It might cost him like a motherfucking a front row seat. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
If you Kambosos and you want me to stay, make it worth my while. What am I saying for? I don't need to see Lomachenko's fight in person in order to make a fight.
You might not need to see him fight in person, but the I mean, I guess just the fandom of it all, like if he's there, then that could, you know what I'm saying, make that fight bigger. And Bob said Loma is willing to go to Australia. So is it that they not even trying to do business with Top Rank?
It's possible. I was about to say that.
Are they looking at Devin Haney? Is that fight pretty much signed, sealed, delivered? Even though it's not. Or did Elder Big Neil make him an offer that he can't turn down? Hey man, look, dog. We got big money for this Davis fight. Don't even worry about going to New York this week, man. Go home. We're gonna call you next summer, you and Davis in Australia. That could be a possibility too. You know what I'm saying? I just don't.
Be no possibility.
You don't. Well, why not?
No, that is not a possibility, man. He is not sending Tank Davis to no Australia. That is not happening. No
he
way.
Went to England?
Huh?
He went to England.
And for who?
Man, I don't know, man.
Exactly. He's sitting in there with Kambosos. Kambosos is a live dog, and I would favor Gervonta Davis. Yeah, I would favor Gervonta. He's a live dog. He just showed you he's a live dog.
I get all the Kambosos and goddamn it, he deserved all of it. But man, is he really on the? Let me finish. Is he really on the level of Gervonta, of Devin, of Lomachenko? Like, it's a lot of things that went on in that Teofimo Lopez fight that could have cost him the victory. You know? And we seen Teofimo Lopez come back in round 10 and drop him, but Kambosos showed his grit. Round 11, 12, won both rounds to me, and that got him the fight. But he wasn't never talked about like that. And to me, I got the same kind of a thing for him as I had for Andy Ruiz. You gotta show me that it won one night. You gotta show me that it can be more than on one occasion. Go ahead.
I understand that, but what Andy Ruiz proved that he was on that level. Now, whether you can beat these guys or not is a different story, but that don't mean you're not on that level. Joshua didn't go in that rematch and steamroll it.
Shit, motherfucker got a false victory there.
He outboxed him.
Boxed the shit out of his ass.
He definitely outboxed him, but steamroll and getting outboxed is two different things.
Then we see Andy against Areola, and
we just seen Tank
like,
go 12 with a Isaac Cruz.
Yeah, but Isaac wasn't talking about retirement. Isaac went already retired and come back. Isaac went off a year and a half and all this shit. Like he went in there against a dude who everybody beats, and he got knocked down. Why did they get knocked down? I don't believe Bermaster Burton got knocked down when he fought what the fuck his name is, Areola. Like so Andy, man, like that last fight left me with more questions than it did answers. And hopefully George Kambosos is different. Hopefully he goes out there and put on a damn good fight against Devin Haney. If he go back-to-back fights with T.O. and Haney and give both of them all they want, he damn right. He get all my respect. He get every last bit of it, but I just don't know, man. I'm looking at Devin Haney, and I don't know if George Kambosos can outbox Devin Haney. I don't know
I don't think he can outbox Devin Haney, and I don't think he beats Tank Davis. But what I'm saying is he's a live dog in both of those fights. And he showed you he's a live dog because the last fight he went in that he wasn't supposed to stand a chance in, he won. That alone lets me know he is capable of upsetting the apple cart. That alone. Because he didn't have a snowball's chance in hell at beating Teofimo Lopez before that fight. And he came out and he showed you different. So that right there let me know he is capable of doing some good shit in that ring. Now, can he beat those other guys? I don't think he can. I don't think he beats Haney or Tank Davis. But my point for saying that Tank wasn't going over there is because of what I just previously said. He's a live dog in that fight. It's not a given. Tank
so
can go out there.
If you Mayweather promotion and you let an other be, why, like you know what Tank can do. Do you really think they wouldn't be willing to go to Australia and grab those belts?
Yes.
Why?
Yes, I do believe they're not willing because they feel like they're the bosses. To go to Australia would be conceding the fact that you are not the A-side. You are not the cash cow. And that's what they build in Gervonta Davis's rep on, as him being the cash cow, the money grab, the money in the bit. But in Australia, it directly goes against that. So no, I don't see that happening. On top of the fact, Floyd Mayweather has already told you that there will be only in-house fights. I don't know how people keep neglecting that. He said it out of his mouth, and he proved it to you by setting up a fight with Rolly Romero.
Man, I know what Floyd said, and I get it, but I'm choosing to think Floyd's gonna do what's in the best interest for the sport and not for itself.
No,
and I know with his history, that's the stupidest shit in the world for me to think. But because Floyd is a self-made man, you know what I'm saying? He always does stuff in the best interest of Floyd Mayweather.
That's a fact.
So
going to Australia with Tank Davis, because if it goes to the cards, who you think gonna get the home cooking?
I mean, depends on how it go though. Like the reason Manny Pacquiao lost, cause nigga, Manny Pacquiao got roughed the fuck up. He was getting beat up around.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, just say it's a close fight.
Oh yeah, Kambosos for sure.
You see what I'm saying?
unless you know what I'm saying, you butter the bread. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Unless you butter the
unless,
bread.
but that them is chances I don't think they're willing to take, because if Kambosos beat Tank falls to the bottom of the pack, that fuck up the money on their side seriously, and all they do is propel George Kambosos into another stratosphere. I don't think they're willing to take that risk. I honestly don't. And I'm not advocating against a fight, because I would love to see all of those fights. I would like to see Kambosos mix it up with all of them dudes, but I'm just thinking realistically. The only fight that realistically looked like it's going down is the Haney fight. And that's because Haney got that last strap. And I think Kambosos wants that to clear up any confusion. I think he wants to be in the history book as the 8th undisputed champion, because currently he is not received that way. They keep everywhere you see it says 7.
Yeah, unified. You know, because none of the other sanctioned bodies recognize the franchise belt. The only person that recognizes is Mauricio Suleiman, and now he's refusing to answer questions on the franchise belt.
Exactly.
I don't fucking know. This is wild. But
so that's why I think Kambosos is eyeing Devin Haney, and it's the most makeable fight, and it's probably the most lucrative fight for Kambosos. I know a lot of people like to think about Tank Davis as the cash cow, but Tank Davis takes the lion's share of them pots. He's not the lottery ticket for the opponent.
Absolutely. Nigga, you absolutely right. Like that's the whole thing Lenny Ellaby was saying. Like, man, who gonna pay Devin Haney? Devin Haney make a lot of money. Shit, yeah. Who gonna pay that? Y'all expect me to pay Devin? Nah. So his promoting didn't, and that's how all that went. But Eddie Hearn did respond to Leonard Ellaby, and he told him, he said, "Hey man, I'll fight Leonard. $10 million. I get 90%. I'm the A side." And then Eddie funny as hell, bro.
Hey, I see that. Hey, I was weak. He say, the dude say, he said if you come within 10 feet of him, he's going to, hit you. He say, well, I'll make sure I stay 11 feet away. Eddie Hearn, a shrewd motherfucker, man. And I would be honest with you,
Eddie's a funny dude, bro. I swear.
I don't think you just gonna run up on Eddie Hearn and it's just gonna be that, man. That he ain't no little motherfucker, man. And when I seen him throwing them punches and shit, it looked like he know what the fuck he doing.
Oh yeah, man, come on, man. No, man, come on, man. That's like a coach in boxing, a coach in basketball. And y'all know damn well, coach know how to shoot that thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know he know how to shoot that thing, man. Don't get out there and think you about to outshoot coach. You embarrass your ass out this motherfucker.
And I don't doubt Ellaby neither.
Yeah. Like he been around Florida his whole career. He was Florida, like he was actually a corner man at first. So he damn sure done hit the mids and hit the bag. Like both of them guys been around boxing shit more like a couple of decades now. So they done been in the gym, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but it's nothing that I want to see unless they make it. But outside of the ring, man, Leonard Ellaby need to stop, man. He needs to stop, man. Like Eddie never said anything about putting no hands on him. Only thing Eddie did was bring up Tank Davis, you know what I'm saying, and bring up Devin Haney's name, and you took it the wrong way, and now you want to put pause on the man for no reason. Like, stop it. I think you are not a fighter. Maybe you know what I'm saying. If you were, then you would have been in the ring sometime over the last 2 decades. So just leave it alone. Y'all guys be promoters. It's good back and forth banter, but at the end of the day, man, just leave it at that. What I want to get to, D-Nice, is something that I enjoy watching every week. You know what I'm saying? Max on Boxing. Damn, D Nice, like, listen to Max, man. It make me give what you said more respect. T.O. a live dog, man. He alive because he dropped the nigga in the first round, and like Max said, he battled back through adversity in round 10 after being dropped and won and proceeded to win the next 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Like, damn, like yeah, he alive, dog. I ain't gonna take that from him. I don't think he'll beat Devin Haney, but he alive, dog.
Yeah, he got a chin, and he got some pop on them punches.
And most important, nigga, he got dog.
He got dog.
Yeah, it takes some dog to get up in round 10 after you done battled for 30 minutes already. You done fought 30 minutes already, man. You got 2 more rounds to go. Just got knocked down. You in his own time. All the fans going against you. It takes some level of dog to get up and do what he did in round 11, 12. Especially in round 11. In round 11, he kicked to your ass.
Yeah, he did.
He kicked to your ass in round 11.
He hit Teofimo everywhere but under the feet.
Yes, sir. Back to this audio.
Hey, Mike, you know we can't hear that audio. Or at least I
Oh, for
can't.
real?
Yeah, I can't hear it.
Hold on, let me make sure my shit set up right. Oh, shit, Mike.
How'd you have it? Did you think the right guy won?
Kambosos earned that win.
You still playing it, Mike, or did it go back up?
All right, my bad. I'm back. Can you hear me?
I hear you now. I told you, man, you gotta leave that cricket Wi-Fi alone, man.
Come on,
Win.
bro.
And he got it the hard way.
You hear
He
now?
walked through everything that Teofimo.
Yeah, I hear it now.
Yeah, man, it wasn't in the audio, man. It's the switchboard. Like my microphone was connected to my webcam instead of my mixer. That's the only problem. And then when you change it on StreamYard, you gotta reboot it. Well, you gotta refresh the page.
Okay.
Let me kill my Wi-Fi, man. Hold on, man. Don't do that, dog.
Caught him with. He got off the canvas. And you knew, if you knew anything about Kambosos and watched his previous fights, he's scrappy. He's an Aussie. They come to fight. They don't play. And if you get a win, you're going to have to earn it. But I think Teofimo underestimated Kambosos. I think he felt that Kambosos would go a few rounds, and then it was going to be another takeover kind of show where he would stop Kambosos midway, maybe late in the fight. And that just wasn't the case. And I know that Teofimo had a lot of things going on outside the ring, but so did Kambosos. This was probably the longest buildup and the longest training camp that any fighter in the history of the sport has ever had between these two guys, with all the delays, all the setbacks. They both were in the same boat. They both were dealing with personal issues, and Kambosos was able to compartmentalize his and get the job done.
Nevertheless, Dre, after the fight, a doctor said that Teofimo could have died because of lung issues coming into the fight. It's not about.
Now, that's what I got a problem with, man. That's what I got a problem with. Everybody running with this, oh, T.O. could have died, killed, like, y'all laughed at Wilder when he said he had a dent in his head.
That's because that was a lot.
Y'all laughed at my nigga when he said he had a dent in his head. T.O. could have died. He had air in his chest. Nigga, where air supposed to be at? Where the fuck air supposed to be at? In your ass?
No, in your lungs, Mike.
Oh, okay.
Not in your chest. And when Wilder said he had a dent in the head, that was a lie.
A doctor said he had a dent in his head. A doctor.
What doctor? I never seen that doctor.
Man,
And where did the dent go? Dent don't heal up. Dent stay there.
Now, man, look, all I'm saying is you can get a doctor to say anything you want a doctor to say, bro.
True.
Like if he your patient and like, bro, man, I go to right now. Ain't shit wrong with me, guys. Nothing is wrong with me right now, right? I can go in that bitch in the doc, man. My shoulder fucked up, man. I need some goddamn something. I need something, man. They'll do an x-ray. Oh, yeah, we see inflammation. We see all kind of shit in your shoulder.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's always something, and we know T.O. had asthma. If you got asthma, why you out smoking hookah? If you got asthma, why you out here drinking alcohol and shit? I thought you're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? Look out for your best interest. A hookah is in your best interest if you got asthma.
At all. At all. And that was the reason they put it out. This loss right here, man, I think psychologically, it's gonna take Teofimo some time to get over, if ever.
And then before the fight even started, and I told y'all that day when he started doing that bullshit, I said, man, he out here telling everybody, oh man, hey man, I'm going into this fight with an injury. I'm like AI. I'm like Kobe. All those guys play with injuries. Kobe walked off the court with a torn Achilles and shit. I'm like, okay. Kobe didn't say shit about that before the game. AI didn't never complain before the game. Why are you complaining before a fight? Because you know there's a possibility that you're not going in there 100%. Maybe it's the weight cut. Maybe it's the ring rust. Maybe it's something, and you wanted a built-in excuse for if you lost. I told y'all when I heard it. A lot of y'all was like, "No, Mike, you looking too deep into it. You going too deep into it, Mike. No, he ain't. Man, I know a goddamn excuse when I see one. I done made a lot of them up in my day. A lot of them up. A lot of them up.
I felt you when you said it. Like I seen the writing on the wall, and it would have came off without a hitch had he been gracious with his loss instead of coming with that Adrian Broner bullshit. Had he just came out and said, "Hey man, the better man won tonight. Hopefully we can get a rematch, man, so I can get my titles back." And then the news break about the air in his chest. Now everybody's so sympathetic, like, oh man, he definitely deserves another shot. Now he wasn't at 100%, but ain't nobody really trying to hear right now because you was bogus after your loss.
I'm gonna play the audio for y'all. This is Teofimo Lopez before the fight, not after.
I'm over here about to fight this dude. I'm going into this fight hurt too, but hey, it's part of the game. You know, it comes with it. You know, and the whole thing is like, that is what separates the greats from being legends. You got to do things, man. Allen Iverson, from time to time again, had fractures from his hands to his knees to everything. Kobe Bryant walked from a torn ACL. He was walking himself out, not getting carried. Those are the mindsets you got to have, man. I'm over here about to fight this dude injured as well, but the mindset is different, man. The goal is different, and the vision is a lot different than what this guy is talking about.
That's why he lost. He lied on Kobe. That's why he lost. He lied on Kobe, man. Don't be bringing up Kobe's name, man, and you don't know what kind of injury he had. I don't like that shit, bro. I'm a huge Kobe fan. Nigga had a torn Achilles and told right in the court, I don't need no fucking help. Walked off the court and got up, shot his 2 free throws. The nigga shot his 2 free throws and walked off the court, man. That right there is legendary shit, man. I remember watching the fucking documentary on Showtime. They did a documentary on Kobe coming back from that Achilles injury. He used to get up every day, 6 a.m., go to physical therapy, nigga base to goddamn he snapped that bitch. Like, just like, you know what I'm saying, getting that flexibility back in it. Boy, that shit looked painful as hell, man. I can imagine, you know what I'm saying, coming out off a torn Achilles, like what that'll do to a nigga. Like, and we seen it, like he wasn't the same Kobe no more.
No, he definitely wasn't.
All right, back to Andre Ward.
About excuses, but that's a fact of the matter. What are your thoughts on the potential for that affecting the outcome?
It's very possible. I mean, you have to consider that. You know, I hate that for Kambosos because, again, it seems to always be something when there's an upset in the sport of boxing. Either it's a
And honestly, I go back to Terrence Crawford. He hated for Kambosos because it's a black card over his win. But when Bud stopped Sean, his daddy stopped him. Sean retired. He had 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I did not like Sean announcing his retirement on the night he lost. That right there to me took a lot of shine, and that's just my opinion. Took a lot of shine from what Terrence Crawford did on that night. Oh, Sean, everybody was celebrating Sean. Hey man, great career, man. You fought everybody and shit, but they really weren't giving Bud his prop. Like he just went out there and stopped somebody who never got stopped before at 147. So like Kambosos with his victory. Oh, T.O. had lung issues. Oh, George can't beat a T.O. who 100%. Like, I don't want to hear that shit, man.
See, and I paid none of that note. I didn't pay any of that any attention because I knew that's what was going to happen after the fight anyway. I already knew the excuses was coming. So hadn't it been the retirement, it would have been something else. I knew it wasn't going to go off without a hitch. I knew it was going to be some fuckery in the game, but the purpose of the fight was served. He showed you that this guy who you think is a top level, who is a warrior, who fights everybody, gets done just like the other B class, C class level fighters that you said was nobody, and he should have been fighting somebody of note. He showed you what he do to everybody. Everybody gets the same treatment. And that's what was served on that night. And that's all that really mattered to me. And it's the same thing with Kambosos. Kambosos shows you, play with me, underestimate me, and you're going to lose.
He damn sure did. He damn sure did. J Mac, what's good, my brother? You got to unmute, J Mac. All right, I'm going to go to this audio if you don't unmute, J Mac. That's all good. Guess you're just chilling out enjoying the goddamn festivities.
It's a viable excuse or one that's not so viable. This is a viable excuse. There is a doctor on the record talking about it. It definitely affected Teofimo Lopez, but I'm not sure. And this is all hypothetical.
The man said he won 11-2. Are we forgetting that? He went out and said he won 11-2. The fight wasn't close. But the week after, it's the error in my chest, in my whatever the fuck the error was in. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Like Andre Ward, I get it. You a fighter. You want to be sympathetic, but you a fighter, bro. You know better, man. J Mac, what's good?
Not much. Can you hear me, Mike?
Yeah, I hear you.
Nah, man. I just jumped on. What y'all speaking on?
Man, we just talking, man. Honestly, we talking about this 135 division right now in Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos. We're just going back and just reliving all the shit that come after somebody get a big win. Whether it's the doctors, whether it's the lung in my chest, whether the air in my chest, whether it's his daddy, like whether it's whatever reason people trying to give Teofimo Lopez for why he lost.
Okay, Mike, you cut out for a little bit. I think it was my Wi-Fi accidentally connected. You said pretty much an excuse for why Teofimo lost, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's simple with me. These dudes, we live in a dead time where narratives seem to be running the sport. It takes wings and legs, and they run off. And I'm not going about it. The dude got his ass whooped. He lost, in my opinion. And the same stuff you critique Wilder for, he get on stage and do it, and he looks a lot more crazier in his the nerve for him to pull that stunt after he was so critical of Wilder after the loss in the fight. I mean, but these dudes all put their foot in their mouth. They talk shit. Me and Stonebone was just talking about it on a call the other day. These fighters just need to shut the fuck up and fight. Because every time they find themselves critiquing a fighter or say how a fighter look or compare what they go do, they find themselves not being able to perform or doing it. Fighting ain't never been this much talking in it. When I say that, yeah, people always talk shit, but you got YouTube channels, you got people who put in their 2 cents and want to argue bullshit that is irrelevant to the sport. Fighters need to get in the ring, make fights. Businessmen need to worry about making the money happen, and fans just need to shut the fuck up and push for the fights. So Teofimo he's a sad excuse for a guy that what happens when you get put in a position to where the celebrity go to your head. That went to his head. He was running around here saying some outlandish shit, calling himself undisputed, knowing he wasn't, just talking real crazy, man. And then I think he just wasn't focused, wasn't able to double down on what got him there. So I mean, but he got exposed to the level of fighter he may be and what have you. So I mean, shit, I don't know what else to call it, but it was just bullshit.
Yeah, I definitely don't agree that fighters should shut up. Like I look in life, you talk shit, and you get humble. I mean, that goes for everybody. Everybody done said something, and a year later, a week later, a month later, whatever time later it is, that shit come back on you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. So I get
Mike,
it.
let me be clear. No, I ain't saying don't entertain, don't sell fights. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, let's not be so quick to pass judgment on another fight, because style makes fights. You got to get in the ring and fight that guy or fight another fighter. And the minute you sit up there and tweet something that stays there forever.
J Mac, you cut out. J Mac. And I don't know if J Mac cut out. I'm gonna push back a little bit because Chris Colbert, he was on the boxing board. He told Shakur Stevenson, look, man, I thought, you know what I'm saying, you could have did it better or could have did it faster, or whatever he said. I would have did it faster. I like that. I like a young man having more confidence in himself and saying, hey, Shakur, man, look, I could have did it faster than you. Now, Shakur took that, you know what I'm saying, how he took it, and it is what it is, but
My bad, Mike. That was my Wi-Fi, man. My bad.
Yeah, I didn't mind Chris Colbert, you know what I'm saying, speaking on the Shakur Stevenson fight.
No. Let's keep it in context. I just want to be clear about what I'm saying. Fighters can talk, especially if you plan on getting in the ring and fight. But finding ways to discredit a fighter and say why you don't have to fight him, that's just so it's played out and it's actually stupid. It doesn't help and support the sport. If we could get on there and tweet about a fight, if you want to tweet about that fighter, you should actually be planning on either fighting that person or not. If that person ain't in your weight class, I don't even see why you talking. Because you ain't go back it up in the ring. So I guess you're entitled to your opinion, but I'm gonna sit around and watch your opinion. Then when the moment come back around on you, I'm gonna be the first one saying, yeah, you was the first one running your mouth and had a lot to say. That's what I'm talking about. That shit is irrelevant. Does not support the sport. I get online and talk about Mike and how Mike looked in the fight, and me and Mike in two different weight classes. That's not supporting the sport. But if I get online and me and Mike in the same weight classes and I say, yeah, Mike looks sloppy, and I plan on piecing his ass up in the next fight or whenever we fight and making the fight happen, that's the type of talking I'm supporting. But just running your mouth and just talking shit, like Ryan Garcia, perfect example. He just comes out of the closet and pops up and have something to say when he done retired 3 times, I think. I done lost count of the excuses he's running out of and what have you. So my point on saying when I say fighters need to shut the fuck up and fight, that's what I'm speaking on. For selling fights and planning on talking to fighters that you're going to actually fight, I'm in support of that. But if you're not trying to fight these dudes, if you're looking for reasons why to try not to fight these dudes, shut the fuck up and stay in your lane.
Again, man, sometimes, man, boxers just have an opinion. Like Gervonta Davis had an opinion about Deontay Wilder, how he felt like a Tom girl. Like nobody asked him.
Oh my God.
Huh?
Yeah, now I say, and you saw how quick he retracted that statement.
I mean, it is what it is, though. Like he don't have his opinion. Like sometimes people just have their opinions, and it's so easy to get your opinions out there now. I can't.
Exactly.
I can't. Go ahead.
I didn't have a problem with what T.O. said about Wilder because it was true. The problem came in.
Here we go.
When he did the same thing. No, this ain't an attack on Wilder because I thought Wilder was wrong for what he did as far as all the excuses. And T.O. going about it the way he did, hey, he a man and he called it how he saw it. It all turned into bullshit when Teofimo turned around and did the same thing. That's when it went left. Because you called this man told this man to stop acting like a bitch and get back on the horse with all these excuses, and then you turn around and you don't follow your own advice. So now you looking like the biggest stuff.
Who this is?
That's where I disputed that.
That's my guy, D Nice, man.
Oh, D Nice. Oh yeah, I think me and yeah, I like D Nice.
What's going on, brother?
What's up, man? This J Mac. D Nice. I disagree with you. I had a problem when he said it and called him and say he act like a bitch, because I don't think he would actually say that to Wilder face. I think it's easier to get on a platform and voice your opinion, but when you look a man in his eyes, some niggas keep that same energy and what have you. And I don't think he would have. So that was my problem. That was my problem with it. And then secondly, he had the audacity to get on stage, get in the ring, and look like a complete fucking idiot. So I'm like, what do you stand for? First you want to call somebody out on what you feel like being not you, what he felt like he was being a man and expressing about Wilder, and then he get in the ring and do it. So he's a buffoon, he a clown. Like you can't even, you're not even qualified to call somebody on this shit. Because if you go sit around and do the same thing the first time you get the chance to, and stuff like, why are you even speaking in the beginning? So like I said, I disagree with it altogether, because my personal belief is I don't think he'd ever said that shit to Wilder face.
I believe he would have said it to Wilder face. I don't believe them dudes is scared of anybody. Size don't really mean nothing. Anybody can get knocked out.
No. It ain't about size. It's just about real shit. Like some things people are easy to say because you could put it in type and Skype and shit. But I don't think.
What makes you believe that T.O. wouldn't have said it to him?
I just don't think he. Man, listen, it's a perspective and it's perception. I don't think a lot of this shit that be said online and stuff, just man to man, just the life I live. I'm 35 years old, and I grew up under some different understandings. It's easy to type something, and it's easy to put a message out there and say something, or get caught up in front of your friends, or they ask your opinion, they look up to you, and they compare you, and you start talking shit, or you say something. But most time, I don't think these dudes would be talking to each other like that unless they really wanted to smoke. And I don't think T.O. would have said that shit to Wilder. And if he would have said it, he wouldn't have said it the way he said it. He'd have been more respectful and what have you. And that's just common conversation. A lot of dudes talk shit on here. Like for instance, in on the Boxing Boys, a lot of people talk something, but when you get that face to face and you can see somebody's reaction, body language, you can physically look at them. I think most people are a lot more respectful, and then it's just a respect thing. It ain't even come down to I'm gonna kick your ass. Then when I'm looking at you and we looking at across each other, you got the chance to each actually touch each other. You got a chance to read each other's physical response to things. And I think most people clean that shit up when they meet face to face, to be honest. So I don't think he'd have been as forceful as he was and said it the way he said it. Okay. If he'd have said it.
And that's possible. But my only thing was I agreed with T.O. and the verbiage, he may have been able to use different words instead of calling a man a bitch, but I understood the premise of his statement. Quit whining, quit making those excuses. You lost. It only falls on deaf ears now that he turned around and did the same thing.
Agreed.
That's where he goes left for me, because you can't even follow your own advice. Yep. You lost and you made excuses, and now you looking like a bitch.
I got you. So we agree. We agree the outcome. But we just disagree that when he put it out there off of what we believe wouldn't have happened or how it would have been said. I got you.
Exactly.
All right, man. Let me get back to this audio real quick.
Obviously, but if Teofimo didn't have that physical issue, the way Kambosos' mind was made up, the way he fought, how determined he showed that he was that night, I'm not sure it would have made a difference.
Word. Kambosos was not showing up to lose that fight. He was not trying to lose. What are your thoughts about, and not to move off Kambosos, his future is bright. He's in charge of the division now. But what are your thoughts about Teofimo moving forward, given the loss, the lung issue, and the apparent difficulty now for a while making 135 pounds?
I'm concerned. I'm very, very concerned about Teofimo Lopez in his personal life. The personal life affects the in-ring performance. Teofimo's always sort of had some kind of, some form of chaos in his life with his father and the way that their dynamic was. It's been well publicized. This isn't, hypothetical stuff. They're open about a lot of what goes on in their life. And it looked like Teofimo was turning the corner. He met a young lady. He got married. He seemed to still be himself in terms of how he promoted a fight and his confidence and how he felt about his ability. But it seemed that his personal life was settling down. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore. I definitely think it affected his performance. Again, not taking anything away from Kambosos, but personal life. Then, coming off of a defeat like that, it's tough. And you saw it in the post-fight interview with Teofimo Lopez. He was in shock. His dad was in shock. That wasn't supposed to happen. I'm not sure that one time in the buildup of this fight that thought of him losing that way ever entered his mind. So he's still processing that. Can he process it, move on, and then go up to another weight class with a dude like Josh Taylor sitting there and still be successful? I have major questions.
By the way, before we move on,
y'all agree with Ward. Like are you concerned with Teofimo Lopez going forward, knowing how everything he is? I mean, I really don't know much about the man personal life, so I don't. I mean, I know him and his dad have a well, I don't want to say bizarre, but have a different kind of father-son relationship. So with that being said, I don't know what's going on with this girl. I don't know what's going on with his mom. I don't know what's going on inside that. But moving forward, do you guys have concerns about Teofimo Lopez going up to 140 and being competitive, if not being elite at 140?
Yeah, I got concerns, and I stated that earlier. That I don't know how he's going to react when adversity comes, and now he's moving up to a bigger weight class, got bigger fighters. You know what I'm saying? He done pretty much zapped all of the confidence he had up out of him, as far as going in undefeated, not knowing how to lose. So yeah, this is a great test for Teofimo Lopez to see if he is actually of the elite, because like you said with George Kambosos, you haven't seen it yet. The same thing can be said about Teofimo Lopez, because he came off his biggest win, and then the next time he fights, he get his ass whipped.
Okay, well, I'll say this. I always questioned it moving up to fight Josh Taylor. I thought that was just hot garbage. I thought Josh Taylor was slit his fucking ass. I think a lot of people like saying Josh Taylor's name. They must think shit's sweet. They don't realize how big that 140 pounder is. And when I say big, I'm gonna bring up his size because he fights effectively. He uses his size. The only thing I could give Teofimo is maybe when he move up in weight, he'll be stronger and he's sucking down the weight, probably play the part. But also I question some of his readiness. I think some of his discipline has been questioned. And when you take a loss, unfortunately, that puts you in a spotlight, and we start poking all the holes that we thought we thought was there anyway. So 140 right now is very questionable for him. I look at his style of fighting. He depends more of his quick hands, his reflexes, and what have you. And he's not as big as some of those guys are. At 140, guys are slightly bigger. I think Teal might be like 5'8", maybe. Them guys are 5'10" and up and what have you. And like I said, like D Nice said, size don't always play a part in it. But when you find bigger guys that can move just as quick, have the same speed or a similar speed, and can actually punch harder, I want to see how well he does that. And Teal clearly had a bad night, but unfortunately put him in the spotlight. The shit he been saying up until, I got to add that into the equation. Like Andre Ward spoke on his family issues, I'm going to speak on his sanity and delusion. Like, I don't trust him. So he got to earn that same respect I got and when I gave him against Lomachenko. But it also opens the door for this, Mike, and D-Nice. I always thought maybe Lomachenko fought the wrong fight the first half of the fight. So maybe he dug himself in a hole that he couldn't get out of. And we saw how the second half of that fight looked. So Teal got a lot to prove, especially moving up at 140 for me. And if he think about going fight Josh Taylor, I wouldn't give two fucks. But honestly, I think Josh Taylor would knock him the fuck out.
Yeah, man. Honestly, me, do I have concerns about him going to 140? Absolutely right. Absolutely, man. Because them guys like you talking about guys like Regis, like Sabril Matias, talking about guys like Brandon Lee. You talking about guys like Zepeda, Josh Taylor, Jose Ramirez. All these guys are at 140, and none of these guys gonna be a cakewalk for you. any of those fights you fight gonna be a 50-50 fight with those guys. And honestly, to get to a title, you're probably gonna have to fight one of those guys unless Josh Taylor gives you a voluntary, you know what I'm saying, a defense. And I don't know after Josh fights, what's his name, Catterall this January or February, whichever one. I don't know how long Josh stays at 140. Like y'all said, we seen he's bigger than Bud. You know, he's taller than Bud. Like he's a big guy, and I don't know how long Josh is gonna be wanting to make 140. So T.O. might have an end. You know what I'm saying? Maybe can fight Zapata for the WBO belt or something like that. But yeah, man, 140 is not no cakewalk, man. That shit is that.
Josh Taylor already said TFimo can forget that fight.
I know what he said, man, but the money, like money talk bullshit. Well,
what money though? You just lost. You ain't got no belt.
Yep.
You talking shit. You ain't a fan favorite right now. You didn't take your loss like a man. You considered a sore loser. What money is there?
And look, and D Nice, who go put the money up behind T.O.? We're not gonna sit up here and act like T.O. was a big time star. T.O. actually just attacked his own brand. Not only was the idiotic shit he was talking, then he had the nerve to take a loss that I clearly thought that I thought he was gonna kill this dude, to be honest, man. And I'm like, man, it took long to drag this bullshit through the mud. And most people thought that. Some people may have wished upon a star, magically rubbed the genie lamp and said that they knew Kambosos was gonna win, but most people didn't think so. So, like I said, T.O. needs to be rebuilding. The best thing he probably did was restart his stuff. He delete that whatever, like Twitter or Instagram or whatever he deleted, and he needs to go back in the lab and realize what he want to be. Because when he move up to 140 and he fight those bigger guys, he go find out real quick.
And see, that lets you know how mentally weak some people are when they gotta go and delete their Instagram and turn off the comments on their Twitter and shit like that. Like, you that emotionally affected by a bunch of people you do not know?
Obviously, though, listen to how he was out there acting. He was acting, man. That dude, if we could sit up there and make a meme and make a joke about what happens, what you do not do when I don't want to call him undisputed, when I guess you unified division, his face pops up, man. Like, I ain't never seen a fighter look that like bad. Like, man, he really didn't care. Him and his dad was just popping off saying anything. And he put himself in situations, and Josh Taylor always thought him as a clown. That's even more so. That's my point. I forgot. Josh Taylor don't value T.O. He always laughed at him and thought he was a damn joke. So the money ain't behind him. Bob ain't never put no money up behind T.O. So, like, T.O. needs to rebuild.
Yeah, man. Josh Taylor made fun of him when him and Canelo posed for that picture. This dude not even really undisputed. Why he up there? So yeah, man. Man, 140, man. We're gonna see. Man. I mean, if it's
Mike, if it's not Josh Taylor, who you want to see him do his first fight with? One of the bigger names out of all the guys we just said, Brandon Lee included. Like, who would you want to see him touch? You got to pick one. If he this guy
over on top, he'll probably fight like a Peter or somebody like that. Somebody that won like he. I mean, he'll fight a Jose Vargas. The dudes.
Okay, what I'm asking you, I'm not asking what he will do. I'm asking you, out of all those names, if we trusting that he is still that guy that dominated Lomachenko, okay. Some people actually put him on a pound for pound list. Pick a name of the guy you think you want to see him in there with. That may be the lightest or the safest against those names.
Our first fight, if we go on that route, I would love to see him and Zapata get it on. First fight.
Okay.
Yeah,
who you got, D?
I would go Zapata too.
That's a damn.
It's a winnable fight. It's a credible name, and that win would get you back going in the right direction.
And folks forget, man, Zapata, man. Like, I know, dude got the victory, man. But man, he beat Jose Ramirez, bro. I don't give a fuck what nobody say, bro. I watched that fight. He beat Jose Ramirez, you know what I'm saying? And Victor Poster beat Jose Ramirez too. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing T.O. versus Victor Poster. That's a good name.
I think Postal beats him.
I think Poster is 5'10", and he fight with his size. And I think T.O. with that how he fight, man, trust me, I think he go struggle at 140. I didn't think T.O. was that small until I seen him stand up next to Devin Haney. Yeah, I think he gonna struggle at 140.
We got a
I don't even think 5'8".
LV Slug on the super chat there. I'm gonna come back to you, D Nice. T.O. looked 10 times worse than Wilder after his first loss. Wilder in ring interview at the first loss, he gave Fury his credit and said the big man won. T.O. right after the fight said he won, #delusion. That's true, man. Wilder said he didn't like that his corner threw in the towel, but no excuses. You know what I'm saying? The better man won.
Okay, listen, man. We ain't about to do this right now. We talk about your people, man. We ain't about to go there. So
man, I can't stand this nigga D Nice, man. Hey, man, back to the audience.
Ron, about Timo, he can come across abrasive and loud and arrogant in the ring, and he's turned some fans off with that. And it's interesting because in boxing,
let's get past this one right quick. Let's go to
beat JoJo kind of the way Gary Russell Jr. did. Not exactly in like how he started. He came on in the fight. Russell Jr. did against JoJo, and with Haney, JoJo came on a little bit, but just in the sense that it was kind of competitive at times, but ultimately Haney just proved he was a cut above. What were your impressions of Haney's performance?
I thought Haney fought a good fight, and I don't give him, an A for his performance because I felt like he got hit too much, and with certain kind of shots that if the right dude hits you, you can have some problems. I'm talking about flush shots that great boxers, you don't like to see a great boxer get hit with those kind of shots 5, 6, 7, 8 times throughout the course of a fight. So he needs to correct that moving forward, especially if he's going to face Kambosos next. But overall, he did a great job. I give him a B for his performance, and he's solid. He's very technical.
Man, hold on. Well, yeah, man, Devin Haney, man. What does Devin sit in the 135-pound division to y'all? Like is he right behind Kambosos? Is Lomachenko above? Like where is Devin Haney on y'all's 135-pound list?
That's easy for me. Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. I'm making sure my phone tripping. He number 2. He number 2. You got Kambosos, you got Devin. I'm not putting Tank over them guys. Tank ain't in the fight. None of the top guys at 135. He not getting that credit for me, and I'm not doing this stardom shit and what have you. Until Tank fight, I got to get Kambosos because he beat Teal. I had Teal the number 1 guy. He beat Teal. He proved it. Devin is number 2. And then I will put, let me see who else out there. They got Tank, they got Ryan. Ryan shouldn't even be on that list. All I say is I'll put them 3 up top. I'll put Kambosos, Haney, and then Tank. And I do agree with Ward for his assessment of him. I was a little surprised at how many times he got hit because Devin is a speed, defensive reflex guy. But technically, not not Teal.
His last 2 fights, he's been getting touched on.
I would say, well, he's stepping up in competition, and he still got a lot to learn. He young, but I'm not about to make no excuses for him. All I've seen is Devin can be touched. That's why the fight's got to happen. I didn't agree with Tank saying he's the best guy at 135. He got to fight those guys. We saw how Tank looked in his last fight. Fuck that hand excuse, and we saw how Devin looked. Them two have to fight each other. Or if Kambosos pick Tank, we got to see how that is and build off that. But Devin is still one of the top guys at the weight class. I'm not about to play these crackhead games and act like the dude ain't been avoided and have been having a hard time getting people in the ring with him.
And before y'all do start, Mike, man, but Crawford be getting touched in his face too. He got took, man. Look, it's the difference, man. Crawford is looking to stop somebody.
Agreed.
He's looking to go in there and get a knockout. Devin is really not sitting down on his pressure. Like you can see Devin's back foot moving back when he throws the right hand. Like I don't know what the fuck is going on with that shit, but I think like the criticism on Devin's power is like he's not really sitting down on his shots. But Crawford, he's different. He's not worried about the shots coming back forward because he's willing to fucking take one to give two good ones. And shit, y'all see the rest. But go ahead, D-Nice.
Yeah, I rank them skill wise. So I go Lomachenko, Devin Haney, Tank, Kambosos.
Damn.
And then whoever else. See, and mine is skill wise, not accomplishment wise.
Okay.
Nah, but nigga, you just told me Kambosos will be a live dog for anybody.
And I also told you that I got Tank over Kambosos. And I also told you that I got Devin Haney over Kambosos. Being a live dog don't mean you win. It just means you can win. Unlike a Leo Santa Cruz going into a Tank Davis fight when you knew he didn't have a chance in head.
I was telling folks that when the fight got made, people were like, well, you shit on this man. Leo couldn't keep motherfucking Abner Morris from coming at his ass. How the fuck he gonna keep Tank off of him?
And D-Nice, you know why I'm not mad at your list? I actually forgot Lomo on there. I'm still gonna put Lomo. I'm gonna put Lomo over Tank. So it'll be Kambosos, it'll be Devin, it'll be Lomo, and then it'll be Tank. Tank ain't beat none of those guys yet. To me, Saima's be saying his celebrity don't put him there, but that's why the fight's got to be made. And I don't want to take it off, but how did you feel Tank saying he's the #1 guy after that fight? Like that don't make you cringe? Like, damn, dude, you got to really fight these guys before you could run around here and say that. It's almost like he deemed himself, he crowned himself. And then I guess we supposed to start saying it, but I'm not gonna say it. I want to see the fights made. Okay, so that's why the fights definitely got to be made.
Like he living in an echo chamber. Everybody around him telling him how great he is. Leonard Ellaby, Tank, he the biggest name from 140. All these dudes got to come see Tank. Tank ain't got to go, man. Like when you hear that so much, J Matt, you start to believe that shit, man. You started to not even do it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? I'm #1. I'm that nigga. Because you hearing what everybody else saying about you.
And I ain't mad at him for feeling that way. I mean, I don't agree. But, you know, to each his own. You know, you building your brand, you doing your thing. Let it go that way. But I'd be perplexed when they act like they don't understand why Tank get the flack that he gets. And it's the lack of competition.
It's because
right now.
It's because of me. It's because they don't like me. Money Mayweather. They don't like they hate on me.
Which is the furthest thing. I ain't gonna say the furthest thing from the truth, because some of that probably does ring true. But the main basis for people giving Tank, you know, the criticism that they give him is that he's not fighting nobody. You claim to be the best, you claim to be the top guy, but you're not proving it. Right now, he's a cut above Boots in it. And that's only because he beat Pedraza for a championship.
Agreed. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that.
He's very talented. I see the skill. I see the dog. He's capable of doing a lot of things in the sport of boxing, but the way they handling him bring criticism. When you bum-bash, they will hate.
See, I definitely agree with that. That's my biggest problem with Tank.
Hold on. These dudes not bums. They just not the dudes that we want to see Tank in the ring with. Like Cruz will give somebody a competitive fight, but we don't want to see Cruz like nobody. Brother Romero, okay, call him a bum. I don't like that guy.
That's what I'm saying. See, Mike, bum is relative to the person that's judging them.
Say that again.
Calling somebody a bum is relative to the person who's doing the judging.
You judging though.
That's what I'm saying, and that's why I consider them bums. You don't. You consider Rolly a bum. I also consider him a bum.
I don't really consider him a bum. I don't like him.
I consider him a bum. I consider him a trash king. Rolly
He said
Romero
trash.
is only being brought up because he is connected to Mayweather.
Agreed.
That's
He
it.
worse than I'm not gonna call. I try not to call none of these fighters
Me too, J
bums or trash can.
Me too.
Huh?
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, I try not to call them, but I do agree, and I've been using it so long to where I knew what he meant. Damn, y'all heard that?
Yeah.
Okay. I knew what he meant, so but I try to refrain from it because I try to respect the dudes, but sometimes in the midst of talking, you kind of it comes out. Rolly is to me like when Canelo said horrible fighter, that's what he is to me. He's a horrible fighter. Like, and I definitely agree with D Nice was saying he's riding the coattail. Tank is 26 years of age. He ain't no little kid no more. He a grown man. I don't see why Floyd has to walk across the street, look both ways for him, and hold his hand. I think Tank should be fighting the guys. And I'm gonna tell you what I disagree with you, D Nice, on. You say he's a cut above Boots. I'm gonna go ahead and put Boots over him. The reason why I'm gonna put Boots over him because Boots is actually trying to make the fights happen and wants the fights. Tank is being
And Tank done beat a war. Whoa.
Hold on. Let me finish my point. It gotta make sense. I gotta make my point so it makes sense, right? So you can hear the whole thing. All right. What I'm saying is, yes, Tank has accomplished more, but that one guy to me is being guided. Look, like I said, Floyd looking both ways, holding the man's hand while he crossing the street. You can say he be the world champion, but they actually match made him so he can pick that world champion and moving him around piece by piece, selection by selection. Tank is 26 years of age. I think Boots might be 24, 23. So I don't know if y'all would consider him a young guy or what have you. But like once you past 25, you closer to 30. You a grown ass man. Nobody needs to hold your hand. I'm still gonna give Boots the nod over, and I ain't talking no Boots fan shit. I respect Boots' talent. One guy trying to find his way and make the fights happen and hoping the fights happen. The other guy, whether it's Floyd or them or Tank or them or whoever, they're a team. I gotta critique them together. I don't see Tank making the fights happen or trying to make the fights happen. These guys that he claimed that he better than, I haven't heard him talk about fighting them unless it's Kambosos and if he really trying to fight him. But I'm gonna give Boost that notch over Tank.
Now,
I'm not mad at that. I'm definitely not mad at that. But hey, gentlemen, I must bid you guys farewell. I have to take a call. Mike, salute, man. Appreciate you letting me on the panel. Salute the chat. Everybody have a blessed night.
Be nice, man.
I'll take these, bro.
But yeah, man, like Tank done actually beat a world champion, you know what I'm saying? He beat Pedraza. Like I need to see Boots do that. Beat a world champion in your division, the division that you came into, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if we talk about over their career, yeah, I'm gonna ride with Boots in it too. Like I think Boots a bad motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
I think from 147 to shit damn near 160 when he get about 35 years old, he gonna be a bad dude. So
I think a Boots a bad motherfucker until you run into that Omaha brother from Nebraska. So
yes.
as long as he stay out of him right now and catch Bud in his prime, that's a no. Boots needs to be the next up and coming. But if you run into Crawford go wreck him. Boots is
Crawford though. That's a big if because we know Boots, the way he hit it is down that IBF route. But let me get to one of my favorite guys at 135.
The best. We see potential, but right now that potential has not been fully realized.
I think that's exactly right. Finally, Ryan Garcia, the other big young gun at 135.
Let's go, King Ryan!
His momentum stalled due to inactivity after his sensational knockout of former gold medalist Luke Campbell, who was a bantamweight in the amateurs, but still back in January. Now, Garcia's got almost 9 million Instagram followers and a big left hook, Trey. But who would you like to see him actually fight next?
Any top contender or any champion. Right now, the Ryan Garcia approach is getting old. You know, he sort of won people over with all, you know, his internet antics, and you know, all the things that he does on social, and it's gained him a lot of followers. But followers are just that. He may be able to monetize that. He may be known for that. But unfortunately, that's all he's been known for lately. You can't knock him for wanting to take a mental break and get his mental health together. We typically don't applaud guys for that when they do that, but I do. Now he had a physical injury, and he needs to get himself back in the mix for people to take him serious. Because here's the thing, and the youngsters, Max, you know, they call it cap, right? Meaning you're saying something, but I don't really believe you. So now he waits until other 35-pounders get in the ring, and then he wants to get on social media and start to call them out. Nobody wants to hear that. You have to get in the mix, get a big fight against a contender, and then work your way back to that championship, because he's lost some momentum. So the internet approach isn't working right now. And right now, I don't consider him a real guy at 35 in terms of being in the mix in a fight or two. He's a wild card for me. Until he gets back in there and shows it, he's just a wild card at this point.
It's a wild division because that's
I agree with most of what Andre Ward said. You got to get back in the ring. You got to get in there with a top contender. But saying like he not like, I think Ryan up there, man. I think Ryan is right there, man. I think Ryan supposed to fight Joe Diaz before he had his you know what I'm saying, he needed his break. So with that being said, I think Ryan can be dangerous. Like shit, Ryan can beat a lot of these dudes. Like don't see like I know Ryan got cooked by Luke Campbell, and shit happens. Like shit happens. You know what I'm saying? But I think Ryan got enough skills and enough ability to be a live dog at 135. J Mac. I know.
Yeah, man, Ryan, bruh, I'm glad he got a fan like you out here. I can only go off of what your actions speak. Yeah, he got a good win against what's his name? Was it who he just beat? Like who was his last fight? I forgot the guy's name. It's the same guy. Luke Campbell. Yeah, that was a good win for Ryan. We saw him face adversity. We saw him get up, and we saw how great his potential could be. But when a guy have his issues and continuously back out of situations, what's his name? He backed out of shit. Man, you know these fights, man. I can't think of these dudes. Then. Oh, it's so many. Yeah. It's so many. JoJo. It was
apparently if Leonard and Floyd tell him the truth, he backed out of Floyd. And Mike Commenter tweeted that Ryan was going to fight Javante. Then he went towards Manny Pacquiao, but that fight never materialized. So I guess it was true.
Right.
I retweeted it.
What's her boy name? The one Devin was supposed to fight. They had the Fortuna. Yeah, Fortuna. Like he backed about a Fortuna fight, Tank fight, according to them. The JoJo fight. I feel like it was one more that we not speaking on. It was before, but man, like the dude. Oh, and we know he been. What wasn't he Devin mandatory too? Like it's so many things, man. Ryan, I can't take Ryan serious till he take himself serious.
Yeah, he was.
I can't take him serious till he take himself serious. So I'm gonna laugh at Ryan. The funniest thing I heard was Ryan being Canelo's cheerleader in the background when at the press conference for Caleb Plant and Canelo. He was the loudest person in the room, and I said, man, this dude actually got the nerve to let his voice be heard in a fighting situation. But nah, Ryan don't get nothing from me.
Yeah, I hear you. But we got some chat coming in from LB Slug. He says, King Cap is truly the 6'9" of the boxing world. I don't know. I didn't see y'all going. He ain't told on nobody. Y'all going too far, man. Y'all he ain't telling Canelo about the beef. Yeah. That was Vada. That one Ryan. That was Vada, man. I think Ryan got a bright future, bro. I think at the end of the day, we got to see where he lands and see what he does. But I really do think Ryan Garcia can be and will be a world champion one day. Not sure how he does it. Not sure who he beats, but I'm confident in saying that Ryan will be a world champion one day. Just as long as he's not fighting the likes of Devin Haney for that title belt. Let's get to one of my favorite segments of this motherfucking Max Kellerman show. All right, here we go.
Ring that bell. Danny asks, if Shakur moves up to 135, does he have a legitimate chance to beat guys like Lomachenko, Lopez, Ryan Garcia, etc.? Yes. If Shakur Stevenson, who's now at 130, moves up to 135, Shakur Stevenson has a legitimate chance to beat anyone in the world in or around his weight division, and maybe, especially by the time he moves up to 135, he will be favored to do so. At Mets fan.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with everything Max just said. Yeah, no matter what division Shakur Stevenson winds up in, no matter what division Shakur Stevenson winds up in, he is going to be the favorite. I don't give a damn if it's 135, 140. Shakur Stevenson will be the favorite.
I agree. I used to think Devin would be the guy.
Me too.
Devin is still a guy, but I think Shakur's fighting style is just a lot more seasoned. So I think when he move up in weight, he's only going to punch harder, be smarter. He's not a small guy. I think him and Devin are actually similar. Devin a little taller than him, but it ain't a different in height or weight. I don't think will be. And I think Shakur will be the guy when he move up. So I mean, we just wait on Shakur, but for right now, it's gonna be Devin for me. I think Devin is the guy to beat. I think none of the guys can beat him. I don't think Lomo can. I don't think Tank can, and I don't think Kambosos can. My money is on Devin. Even with his mistakes, I still got him being the guy over the pack. He's young. He works hard. He's dedicated. Rather, you got an opinion about what he do with the outside the ring, but he seemed like he's more dedicated on working on his craft. But I think Shakur is the guy when he moves up.
Yeah, man, I'm right there with you, man. Shakur is that motherfucker special. That motherfucker special, man.
And Dan86 wants to know, do you think Crawford versus Spence will happen in 2022? And if so, who you got? I don't know about 2022. Maybe, because pretty clearly the strategy to wait Crawford out till his contract up and force him to cross the street fight, not giving him fights with their top guys, except for Sean Porter, right as his contract was up. So now maybe the contractual hurdles maybe can be cleared to make Crawford and Errol Spence. But we'll see if that happens in 2022. I think it will happen, but maybe not until 2023. At Sports.
Does Bud and Earl happen in 2022?
I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you, Earl. Where you at? I'm in the ocean. You say you the big fish. I'm looking for you. Where your ass at? Oh, whole ass. Well, you got a lot of room to hide in this motherfucker. I don't know if I can find you in the ocean. See, this the ocean big in the motherfucker, man. We ain't gonna be able to find your punk ass out here.
If he can find them, then yeah, it'll happen. But as long as Earl out there in the deep blue sea, with all that room from the Pacific to the Atlantic to the Mediterranean, all that room he got out there, Bud ain't no goddamn meat fisherman. He fish on the side. He a boxer. We ain't got time to do no fishing. So Earl, please respond to Bud. J Mac.
I don't think Arrow is planning on fighting them. I already see that they got the IBF working their mandatory. The WBA seemed like they was trying to push it off, but they're kind of holding it up. I don't think it's happening. I don't think Arrow wants to fight Terrence Crawford. To this day, Arrows don't. When it comes down to Terrence Crawford, you hear about these percentages and all this and stuff like that. Even it's still coming out. Well, I mean, it's narratives on YouTube, so maybe that is that. But I don't think Arrow Energy pumps towards fighting Terrence Crawford. It ain't never been consistent. It ain't never been strap season when it came down to him. It's always been something else. So that's my take on it. And I'm kind of getting tired of talking about it because it's very clear what one side and you show me the interview when Errol said he wants to fight Terrence Crawford and I'm going to fight Terrence Crawford. I've been getting that energy from one side and it's always been Crawford. It's never been Errol. So no, I don't believe in this going to happen.
Yeah, man, J Mac. Unfortunately, man, I'm starting to feel the same exact way.
Ballers wants to know. Virgil Ortiz switching trainers to Eddie Reynoso puts him in the mix with the likes of Spence and Crawford. Well, it puts him in the mix.
I don't know about that. Oh, my Virgin, I don't know, man. Eddie Reynoso, he's solid. I mean, he's solid. He's solid. But I don't know, bro. I think maybe he should stay with like Robert Garcia, but Robert Garcia fighters get punched a lot. You know what I'm saying? They get punched a lot. So I don't know, man. I think maybe Virgil did do the right thing, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna see how that plays out. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna see how Virgil and Eddie Reynoso plays out, man. Hopefully his style is conducive to what Eddie Reynoso teaches.
Hey, Mike, I got to hop off for a second. If you on in about 10 minutes, I'll hop back on.
All right, man.
Okay.
You got a call coming in from Don, Mr. PBC. PBC, what's good?
Yo, what it do?
What's good, big guy?
Man, I can't wait for the weekend, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
Can't wait for the weekend, man. I'm definitely gonna go for Loma decision. I feel like Gabala's gonna do it. I don't know why. I went for him. I already know Bivol's gonna do it. I kind of have Lundy winning too.
No, you got Haney Lundy beating Robbie Davis Jr.
Yeah. I got him.
Okay. If Hank do that, man, Hank be on a fucking tear, man. I gotta look at the odds and see what
he's a plus.
I know, but like how much though?
I think it was not that much. They were not that far apart each other.
I mean, see, they know.
Like 35 plus, maybe 35 plus 35, maybe. But
like Hank been over there for a while too. Like he ain't just went over there. He been over there for like almost 2 weeks now.
I know. I can't wait till the fight happens tomorrow. It's gonna be a beautiful day. In boxing. With this Crawford Bud stuff, I don't really feed into it too much. I do like the gossip, but I just want to see the fights. I think what the WBA did, what they're doing or not, if they get away with it or not, it is what it is. AJ, I think he might be done, or he just needs to find a trainer that's willing to take him on a warm-up or willing to take him on a big fight. Usyk is a big challenge, and he needs to bring all his guns, bring all his wits, bring a notepad, bring a blunt, and figure it out, really. What was the other topic?
Javante Davis. We talked about him. Talked about my guy Lomachenko coming back. Talked about a lot of shit, Don.
Yeah, well, I do have Lomachenko. I feel like he might go in there also and try to knock Richard Comey out, because Richard Comey has struggles with dudes with speed and footwork. And Javante Davis, I mean, I don't know what he's going to do, really. Take the Ryan route, which is a fake route, a non-belief route. I don't know. I also got Tyron Woodley beating Jake Paul again.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to be on that shit. Come on, man. He knocked him back a little bit.
You gotta see.
But yeah, man. That's it, really. I mean, I got Bud going to PBC and having fun with everybody, getting money. That's my call.
All right, Mr. PBC, man. Of course, Mr. PBC will have Bud going to PBC. That won't be right. That would only be right. Let me get back to what I want to get to real quick, man. Let me see who we got on the panel. Stone Bone. Oh, Stone Bone got to connect. There you go. Stone Bone, what's good? Omaha. Stone Bone, you on mute.
What up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's good?
Yeah, I'm in traffic, man. So I hope I don't sound too bad, man.
Sound straight.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to Mike, man. Mike been out here in the mud and staying solid, man. I tell these dudes that they be like, "Why you stay the same?" I'll be like, "If I stay the same, then I don't gotta change my narrative for no fighter. If I had the same standard for all the fighters, and I can be disappointed when they don't live up to my standard, but that's my standard. A lot of these dudes they ain't got no standards, man, and they'll let their fighter run around this bitch doing all kinds of weirdo stuff and won't hold them accountable for the stuff they saying, the stuff they said, or the stuff they doing. So I was taught you're supposed to judge a man by his work, actions, and deeds. So if his work tell you this, his actions show you this, and his deeds present this, let's hold these dudes accountable. If Earl ain't got no fight, if Ugas is busy, talk about this fight. You know what I mean? Like, even if Bud don't want to fight until Earl get a tune-up, fuck that. Give me these dudes. Listen, you notice that as soon as Bud become a free agent, niggas who couldn't get fights for years getting fights. As soon as they mention fighting Bud, they say, "Oh no, Keith, we got something for you. We don't want you retired yet." So they trying to save Keith Thurman from retirement. So, did AJ say he's retired? Or what did AJ say he's doing? He stepping aside, or what is he gonna step aside?
See, what thing was, man, he brought up the step aside, right? And I never thought, based on what I've seen in the Andy Ruiz fight, that he would ever
mention it. Yeah,
think about it. Yeah. And then I follow AJ on Snapchat. He posted this right here. Boxing OGs just talking about like Luke Campbell, Frazier Clark, who was like an Olympian over there, and Anthony Joshua. Then on the very next post, it was this. AJ, and then they said step aside money. Now he's laughing about it. You laughing about it, but wow. you made it a topic. So to me, it's like, is AJ really, does he really want to be undisputed and do all this shit that he said he wanted to do? Or has he reached his Adrian Broner and Floyd Mayweather point in his career where he just wants the bag, where he would consider step aside money? You know what I'm saying? Like I never thought I would hear AJ talk about step aside money, man. I was just disappointed, man. So it's like, is he done? Like did Usyk beat the spirit and the heart and the desire to be undisputed out of him to where he would even talk about step aside money? I don't like that shit, Stone Bone, and that's just me.
I don't like it either, man. I'm expecting AJ to come back like he was, man. And if he talking like, oh man, even if I want him to talk like Wilder, you know, like fuck the money, man. Ain't no money. I want blood. Even if he don't think he want blood, this is a fight sport, man. That's why I'm riding so hard with Bud, man. He out here talking like we want these fighters to talk, man. And I was so disappointed to hear Earl's strength and conditioning coach sitting on YouTube with his blonde Shirley Temple curls talking about Terrence Crawford needs to talk how he talk about Earl. Did you see Blu-ray Fitness, man? I hate to drop names. Did you see that guy?
I seen a little clip of it, man. But honestly, bro, I try to steer away from the bullshit, man. I don't like if something that I don't like, I'm not gonna give it my energy. Like I read the title, and then I seen earlier, like before that even came out, about him saying Kenny Porter and Bud didn't really do this, and Bud, I'm like, all right, bro. Like, and it ain't nothing that Bud can do that's gonna convince y'all otherwise. So why am I steady watching you guys? I don't enjoy watching you motherfuckers.
That's a fact, man. It's getting old, you know. It's like what's that shirt Bill Haney and Devin Haney have on? Man, these dudes is talking about everything except fighting. You know what I mean? Like, they want to talk about everything except fighting. I didn't know strength and conditioning coaches was recommending PR firms and publicists for fighters how to talk. Matter of fact, how about he send out Earl's publicist and have his publicist speak for him? Because one dude out here calling him a hoe, calling him punk ass, calling him a little fish, sardines, all this, man, you gotta come outside. Your mama, listen, if I was outside your house, if we was early teenagers and I was outside your house talking like this, your mama or your daddy would make you come outside and fight me, win or lose. Son, you got to go fight that boy. He can't be out there talking about you like that. Your mama could be my grandma was a staunch Christian. My mama used to go to Jehovah's Witnesses church, but they would have sent me out there to fight any day. You can't, you know what I mean? Like, this go in the Bible, man. You fight with those that fight with you. You don't let this dude from Little Omaha, Nebraska, that y'all say nobody, that's light in the ass, that's a lightweight, that's masquerading as a welterweight, knocking dudes out, calling you out like that. Like, everything you said he that. And everything y'all say Earl is, he's the best fighter at welterweight in 20 years. He's a great Olympian. He's the best unified champion since Keith Thurman. He's all of that, and Bud's still going to stop him. And I want you to get him in the ring. Tell your favorite fighter to talk like he got some, man, talk like he the man. Talk like he the unified champ. Talk like his man down, even though he ain't had a knockout in about 4 years. So it's more like man up. So listen, man, I just want the fight. I want fighters to talk like they fight. And I want Devin Haney to get the fight. Forget this Tank talk. Tank got a broke hand. He can't fight Kambosos. He out for 9 to 10 months, man, with a broke hand. So is your hand broke or not? Because if you can fight Kambosos in 4 months, your hand ain't broke. So is your hand broke or not? Did you not? What was it? I'm gonna go for you. Say your hand was broke, so he ain't available for Kambosos. So I'm pushing Devin. Nothing else. No other names. Ryan Garcia needs to get his head fixed before you ever think about fighting any other fighter. You would say, "Hey man, we concerned about him. We want to make sure before he fight." So that's where I'm at with Ryan. He needs to get his mind right before he fight. Devin versus Kambosos. And Bud versus Earl. Nothing else. Let's go. I can't hear you, Mike.
Yo, I can't hear him neither, so something must be wrong with his audio.
My bad, I was on mute. My bad, I was on mute. Big ups to my guy, Goodfellas Sports TV. Thank you for sharing my video. Big Super Mex, what's going on? Jab Lay Sports TV, what's going on? Hey, everybody, make sure that they smash that thumbs up button on the way in. Please, if you ain't smashed that thumbs up button, go ahead and smash that motherfucker for me one time. I appreciate it. But all right, J Mac, you back?
Give me 5 more minutes, Mike. 5 more minutes.
Take your time, man. I'm trying to figure out what was the next. Oh, yeah. Let me get to that right quick. Tomorrow over in England, man, we got one of my favorite, you know what I'm saying, young welterweights, you know what I'm saying? I like Conor Benn. You know what I'm saying? His pops was a damn good fighter. And he ain't one of them Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Like he ain't resting on what his pops did. He looking to goddamn me carve his own way, and I can respect you like that, you know what I'm saying? Big ups to Conor Benn, who is fighting Chris Algieri tomorrow. Let's go out to the weigh-in or to the face-off. Share that audio for that motherfucking take my shit. This motherfucker look like he goddamn a vampire. And he always give up a little bit of height too. That's one thing that I'd be like, man, he not a very big 147 pounder. He really could fight at 140. And I think once he loses to a champion or loses to somebody at 147, he'll realize, like, I should be fighting at 140. But just the glamour division. And even if you ain't really big enough, goddamn, you gon' goddamn see what you can do at 147. Chris Algieri, this should be a this should be a showcase fight for Conor Ben, honestly. Like, I respect Chris Algieri, been in there with the likes of Manny Pacquiao, Earl Spence Jr., but at the end of the day, he's kind of long in the tooth. Had a good fight. His last fight against who he put paws on, man? He put paws on Mikael Lespierre. Oh, he beat this shit out of that boy. Oh, he beat Mikael Lespierre ass. Goddamn me, man. That shit right there was embarrassing. He whooped that boy ass on Triller, man. Chris Algieri was fucking Mikael Lespierre up, bro. So with that being said, I mean, I don't know, man. He might can give Conor Ben some problems, but Conor Ben is very, very aggressive, man. So unless Algieri, who is a nutritionist, so he knows how to make weight and rehydrate and make sure he's in tip-top shape coming into the ring. So it's not like he's gonna get tired unless Conor Ben just brings some kind of overwhelming pressure that drains his gas tank. If not, you can expect Algieri to be fresh enough to fight 12 rounds. And if he fights 12 rounds, we got to see how much damage Conor Ben can inflict on him, or if Algieri can upset the apple cart. I mean, he's been in there with the real dudes at 147. Conor Ben has not. Conor Ben has not. So I think tomorrow, like, man, we got a very intriguing matchup. Going out to 314. 314, talk to me.
It's Black.
What going on, Black?
Not much, man. I've been listening to you since you was on TVV.
I know you are, man. Black spelled with a V, right?
B.
Say what now?
Say Black.
Yeah, Black spelled with a V, like BLVCK in the chat.
I don't think so, no.
Well, never mind, man. Talk to me, Black.
Nothing much, man. I'm calling, man. Y'all be on Tank Head.
How would be on Tank Head? By wanting to fight some dudes that he's not an overwhelming favorite against?
I mean, who fighting people that they not the favorite against?
I mean, I'm not saying that, but like JoJo and Devin was on paper, it was maybe a 60-40 fight.
122 pounder.
122 pounder, but he had a belt at 130 and moved up to one, and he beat Javier Fortuna at 135, who we all know Javier Fortuna is a legit contender. So, like, man, we can play this game if you want to play it.
Who Javier beat?
Javier, man, damn, man, I gotta go down Javier fucking resume now.
Yeah, because we pick and choose with the resumes of who good and who not.
We know
Kambosos
been around
now
and done gave other dudes around their weight classes good fights. That's what we know.
Nah.
Isaac Cruz, who he give a good fight to his last fight?
Who?
Isaac Cruz.
I'm not sure.
Why he's not even sure, and you're a Tank fan, and he fought on Tank undercard. That's crazy.
Well, that's crazy. I don't know who he fought.
Right.
But I can tell you this much.
Talk to me.
Who Kambosos beat up there was somebody.
He just beat up T.O.
I'm talking about before T.O., right? So before T.O.
he put himself in a position to be a mandatory challenger. So whoever he beat, that sanctioned body deemed it good enough to put him at number one. And he legitimized them putting him at number one by going out there and beating their champion.
It was a close fight, but I get what you're saying.
It was a close fight, really. I mean, it was close. I would say 7-5, 8-4.
Everybody make it seem like it was a blowout. The fight was kind of close.
I mean, when a man 8-1 underdog, and you come back and you beat a motherfucker 7-5, that's kind of a blowout, man. Like imagine in basketball, if you down by like 20 points and you come back to win by 12. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of a blowout. You made a 30-point turnaround. Kambosos was an underdog 8-1. That means you put $100 down, you get $800 back.
True, but I'm saying if with Cruz and Tank, right? It was a decent fight. It's like now Tank a bum because we didn't know who Cruz was.
Nobody called Tank a bum. Nobody called Tank a bum.
No, people call it bum. Don't tell me you listen to YouTube. I know you be on YouTube.
What they are talking about.
Hey, he a bum. He's not top 3 at the lightweight division, even though this only his second fight at lightweight.
Yeah, he's not a bum.
Okay. That's all I want to do, man. This is my first time ever calling in on the show, so I'll be calling in more. But I got to ease up off Tank. You got your pick and choose.
We all love Tank. I love seeing Tank fight. He's very, very exciting.
In the Beat so you go against Jamal.
What?
Mike, do I get to talk to him?
Solo.
If you want to,
okay.
Talk to him.
All right. Hey, Tank put that on himself. Don't come on here waving your Tank flag on here talking about we need to ease up. He need to ease up off himself. He put himself under this type of scrutiny. I mean, you gotta call a spade a spade. This man declaring himself the top 135 pounder, and who has he fought to declare that? When they got other champions running around here. Like who says that type of stuff? Yo.
Loma wins at 135. What, Pedraza? Isn't Pedraza one of his wins? Luke Campbell? I mean, who's really there? So,
no. Tank. So Tank beat Luke Campbell. He beat Lomo. He beat Devin. He beat Kambosos. Like he beat all those guys already, right?
You said Tank?
Yeah.
No.
No, of course. So he can't say he's in the top 135 of shit.
He can't. Yeah, I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm the top guy.
Yeah,
I'm the best in the division.
See, in boxing, you get in the ring and you talk with your hands and you figure it out by who's declared the winner. And a lot of guys like to talk and say they are, but don't want to prove it. That's the type of when you say ease up on Tank, Tank needs to ease up off himself and get in the ring and start fighting these guys. Then nobody can critique or say Tank ain't this or that. But nobody never said Tank was a bum.
No, we never called Tank a bum. Never said that.
Oh, I listen to different channels that say different as well. But what I'm saying is nobody really fighting nobody spectacular to be like, oh my God, this person is the best. And like Nakatani became a top 5 lightweight after fighting Lopez. Nakatani.
I like people say that, but that's the
Richard Comey top 5.
That's the ESPN top rank, like propaganda, like they propping them niggas up. Like you gotta be smart enough to pick and choose what you believe in. You can't go off what other motherfuckers say. You know Tank not a bum. So who cares who called, like folks called Terrence Crawford a bum. I know Terrence will beat anybody ass at 147. So I don't get all upset when people give their opinion.
No, Black. Let me ask you something, Black. It's Black, right?
Yeah.
All right. After watching that fight, at both of them fight this weekend, Devin fight first and then Tank fought. You gotta tell me you came with the conclusion like, damn, I can't wait to see these two fight each other.
Most definitely.
Okay. That's what gotta happen. People can't run around and say they're the best and don't plan on fighting the top guys at the weight division. When I watched Devin get hit by JoJo a few times, even though he won the fight and dominated it, and I watched Tank make the adjustments, fight on the back foot, say he broke his hand. I don't think he broke his hand, but I mean, it's just my opinion. But I did walk away with saying, damn, they got to fight each other. I said I can't wait to see these two fight. Devin looked like if he get hit about Tank, it might be lights out.
Yeah.
Tank looked like he can be outboxed. Like so, I just got to see the fights happen, and once they fight and we declare a winner, then that's when you prove it. Instead of a lot of talking on Twitter or talking in the post conference, and don't actually making a plan on making the fights happen. And I can tell you one thing. I bet you was talking about what's his name? What's the name that's the ransoms or manages him, Mike? You said earlier.
Who?
Ryan Garcia chose not to fight him at one point in time. He was
Garcia. I mean, how be your Fortuna?
Yeah, I guarantee you any money. Tank in Florida ain't gonna put him in the ring with no Fortuna.
I mean, I think they will. I mean, they will.
He goes to act like Fortuna is somebody.
Yeah,
I guarantee you Fortuna. I guarantee you Florida and them ain't gonna touch up on him. Put him in there with that touch up. That's not a touch up, and that's why Florida ain't gonna go that direction.
JoJo put pause on that, but real quick, man, we got a super chat coming in from the best dad ever. Tank and Crawford got something in common. They both ain't fought nobody. See, I don't get offended. We got another one coming in from the best dad ever. He says, Bernie, the boxer, said Tank is the best at 135. Don't act like Bernie ain't say that, Mike. Pretty sure Crawford feel the same way. Yeah, I interviewed Bernie earlier this week. He did have high praise for Tank Davis, but I was just like, hey, I don't agree. I think Devin Haney will beat Tank. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. If Devin got to shoe up his defense a lot, but like Tank, man, I don't know, man. Like if it's that hit and not get hit, I mean, I got Devin Haney all day.
So Tank ain't fought nobody.
No, I ain't,
right?
That's the super chat. That ain't me.
No, I'm just saying in general because the consensus like Tank ain't fought nobody. Mario Barrios is nobody. Fucking Leo Santa Cruz, nobody. Nobody is nobody. But we give other guys credit for fighting the same type of fighters. Like we give Earl so much credit for Lamont Peters and Kell Brook when he fought. It's like why we can't just see the fights instead of putting one fighter down to build up the next one.
Ain't nobody putting Tank down though. Ain't nobody calling Tank a bad fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just fights out there that we want to see Tank get into. You know what I'm saying? We want to see Tank against Devin, Tank against Ryan Garcia. Even and I give them credit. They, according to them, they try to make that Ryan Garcia fight. I would love to see Tank against Chris Colbert since they're on the same side of the street. I would love to see against whoever else, but like the guys like Isaac Cruz, Leo Santa Cruz, I know who going into the fight.
Mike, he obviously responded to the best dad never.
I know.
To super chat, he said the best dad never. Clearly trying to get me going by saying that bug comment, that outrageous bug comment. I mean, you can't be a 3-weight champion and fought and undisputed and won and say he ain't never fought nobody. That's clearly opinion, and I guess he's entitled to it.
Oh yeah, that's complete.
That's my whole thing about when I'm calling in saying Tank ain't fought nobody. It's like it's the same thing. As far as like we can't pick and choose. Oh, this fighter, well, this guy's a bigger underdog, so that make this fighter better. Like,
man, y'all do act like Devin ain't try to fight everybody. Devin, Loma had the belt. Devin wanted Loma. T.O. had the belt. Devin telling T.O. to his face live on air, dog, we got to fight. You ain't really undisputed. I got the belt. Guess what? Kambosos get the belt. Guess what Devin want? He want Kambosos now. So I'm just like, it's like Devin been out there chasing everybody, man. And I ain't talking to you, Black. But Black, man, ain't that you want to say if I get to the next call?
No, that's it, bro.
Absolutely, Doc.
All right.
Yeah, man. Like, I respect Devin. I respect his path. Oh man, J-Mac just left right on, man. J-Mac. Oh man, I don't know if J-Mac heard the footsteps or what. What's going on, Mr. CYP, man? Talk to me, man. I seen you in the chat getting kind of. I mean, I don't want to say mad, but kind of perturbed by what J Mac was saying.
What the fuck? Listen to me. We ain't about to talk blasphemy.
There you go. There you go.
Why I don't have a green earth when I hear footsteps and run?
Hold on.
You must not know who I am.
I ain't mean it like that, J
I actually. Now, if you need to know what happened, I tend to press when I be reading those messages. I hit that back button sometimes, and sometimes I back up out of the show instead of hitting the X button. But before Mr. CYP chime in, the best dad ever asked me who's Bud best fight. Like I don't why we know why we asking this at the day. I mean, Bud and fought numerous of champions, and he clearly was undisputed. So whether you are a fan of the guy he fought or not, it still don't take away his accolades, his accomplishments, and the fact that he did just stop Sean Porter in a dominating fashion. I don't know what else to say to a guy who's still asking that question. I guess the best dad would never understand what Bud is, I guess.
I mean,
there we go. Yeah, I'm on this one. All right. All right, y'all hear me?
Yeah, man, you sound good.
Yeah, I had too many.
We cameraing up?
Tabs open. Too many tabs open.
No,
but look, I had too many tabs open, so it's time for me to cash out. You did? It's time for me to cash out. This nigga J Mac, man, I'm over here chilling, man, watching this new Sandra Bullock movie. Hey, Mike, you and your wife need to watch that shit. It's a good movie. It's on Netflix called Unforgivable.
Okay.
Yeah, she made good movies, man. Like,
yeah,
Sandra be coming through.
Netflix, man. I watched True Story.
Hey,
okay.
Listen, man, J Mac. You know what killed me? It's how you talking about Tank don't fight nobody, but he fought somebody good enough for Thurman to want to fight. He fought somebody good enough for Thurman to want to fight. So all you Thurman fans out there, he reaching out for Mario Barrios. I'm like, damn, how good can Mario Barrios be if you pulling him up from 140 to fight at 147, but Tank don't fight nobody, but you fighting the dude that he fought at 140 that ain't never fought at 147, but there ain't nobody. Isaac Cruz over here talking about he the next star, and people believe it. And I actually think Isaac Cruz is going to be really, really good in the division. So Isaac Cruz, Mario Barrios, both of them dudes having a great future coming up. They were both undefeated, never stopped or knocked down, both of them, but he ain't fought nobody. But let's look at the opponents that the guys you say fought, where their future's looking. That's what I want to know. Like, I love Devin, but I don't love him over Tank, so I'm here to defend Tank. But Linares ain't on the path that Isaac Cruz is on right now. I'm just keeping it real with you. He's not. They ain't on the same trajectory.
He's accomplished.
Oh yeah, no. He's definitely more accomplished, but he's on the tail end of where he's going, and Isaac Cruz is taking off. Like he's landing in his career. Isaac Cruz's career is taking off. So what's yet to be seen is yet to be heard. But I got to give respect to all those men because all of them doing their thing. But I always say, I got my rankings. We all got our rankings, right? But we checked that box record. I was yelling at J Mac the other day. I said, "Damn, man, they got Tank number 1 on box record." I said, "Shit, that's crazy, man." He started yelling at me. Yeah, but what does box record mean? I don't care about no box record. I said, I bet you they have Devin Haney or somebody you liked up that shit. You call it legit. Ain't that right, J Mac? And I got my homemade top ramen because there's something that never fails. Top ramen and Sandra Bullock movies. You know what I mean? I was just trying to enjoy my Friday.
J Mac?
I'm setting up my camera. Hold on.
Look,
man.
I didn't make the cam up. Oh, and I'm gonna tell you, Keith said you're getting better on the show, J Max. He said you was way more snappy. You know what I mean? You was way more snappy, hitting at the girls a little better. She liked that shit. I just want to tell you that.
What show? What show is that? CYP.
That was the last episode. Last episode of Controversy Correct, man. You ain't keeping up, man.
Man, I'm trying to throw you the alley oop, my nigga. I thought you was gonna come like Shaq and monkey dunk that motherfucker, man.
You right. I Carl Lewis anthem that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely did that shit.
So let me try again. I'm gonna hit it this time.
What show is that, CYP?
Oh, that's controversially correct every Wednesday, 5:30 Pacific. You can find me there, a host of the ladies. They look good. They look classy. You can find the twins, J-Mac and JT. You could also find Revolutionary Playboy. We talk about all the topics that you can think of, from men to women, trying to get the conversations that women have privately, the conversations that men have privately, and bring them together so we can talk for real. That's the show. I know y'all love it if you check it out. Go to Mr. CYP, type it in. All the episodes are there. There
Jay,
you go.
talk to them, big dog. What's going on?
What's up, Box Rec?
He caught him Box Rec. He caught him Box Rec, man. Take your time, man. Take your time. Take your time. But look, man, I ain't got. It's like with me. I would like to see Tank just in a fight that I think the dude has a good chance of either giving him a hell of a fight or possibly winning. And I'm looking at Devin Haney, Lomachenko, and Ryan Garcia. Give them credit. They try to make that fight. And those are the guys that I want to see Tank in there against. It's not that I'm not saying Isaac Cruz won't be a good fighter. It's not a great fighter. He may damn well be a world champion one day. Same thing goes for Leo Santa Cruz may be a world champion, or he is a world champion, but he got to decide on what he's gonna do with that belt. But Leo Santa Cruz was never a real threat to Gervonta Davis. And Isaac Cruz, until Tank broke his hand, he wasn't really. I guess people saying that he wasn't a real threat, but I thought it was a very competitive fight. It's not that we're here hating on Tank. It's just that right now you can't put him over Kambosos to me. You can't put him over Devin Haney to me.
Over Kambosos?
He has a regular version of a WBA belt.
Oh, so Kambosos' one big win is just that's it. That's all you need.
RP for you, the man. And when you're the man, you're the man. If you got all the belts, you're the man.
No, I don't know. See, we debate this all the time. Like I always say, if you only had to fight one dude, and the dude you fought had to fight 2 or 3 or 4, I'm not calling you the man. Like, you need two of them wins for me. You need I just give you 2. If you give me 2, I give it to you.
He got to show me that it wasn't a one-hit wonder like Andy Ruiz. But right now, like he got to be like, everybody is chasing him because he has what everybody else wants. J Mac, talk to me, man. Whenever you're ready. I'll meet you. But you got to unmute yourself. It's not.
My bad. Now respond to CYP what he was saying. I have always been critical of Tank, so my critiquing it didn't come out of nowhere. Definitely before that fight, my thing is with Tank. I want Tank just to fight the top guys. If he that good, he that cold. I think when you're that cold, you can fight anybody. I think you can fight the top guys in your weight class, and I don't think he's doing that. For you to go around where the box rec says that you're the top guy, and they got guys that you can fight and actually make the fight happen, I think he should fight him. I think with that, how loaded that 135 weight class is, and we've been waiting on him to get up there, I think Tank should be able to get in the ring with a Devin Haney, the likes of a Lomachenko, the likes of a, well, I accept Kambosos at this point after being teal. I'm not pulling for Ryan too much. I don't want a guy that's halfway in, halfway out, and try to make a statement. And that's the fight I feel like they keep pushing for, because that's another pick target fight for Tank. So as long as Tank will keep not fighting those guys, them top guys I just named, forever on my perspective, I'm gonna keep viewing him as Floyd holding his hand or Floyd not letting him cross the street. And for him to keep saying he's number one is crazy. Now, Box Rec, I can respect Box Rec. I respect CYP. I even respect Black, who just called in. But he can't be calling himself number one if he can't fight those guys, because that's still a dispute. And he don't have a belt, a top belt at least, and the guys have 4 of the belts that's out there. He could clearly fight those guys and make it known who he is, and that he is the best at that weight class. So that's what my critique of Tank
number one. So who's number 1 to you?
I just said it's Gambros. It would be Kambosos. He got 3 belts. Devin Haney number 2 because he's a champion, and I put Tank at 3rd, and I put Lomachenko 4th. No. I'm sorry. I put Lomachenko third, and I put Tank fourth. I put Tank fourth.
I'm above Tank, man.
I got Loma above Tank. I got Loma above Tank, and I got Tank number 4. I think Tank could fight any one of those guys and make a true statement in a division.
Are you just talking about 135? Or are you talking
Yes.
about boxers?
135.
135.
Okay. Oh, I mean, shit. If you're talking 135, honestly, 135.
Hey,
If you talk,
hey,
I don't know. Like to me, ain't none of them really done much at 135. I mean, at 135.
Woman got the longest
Because
pedigree, probably.
to me, it's just getting started. It's just getting started at 135. You know, for me to crown somebody because of what they did at 135. It ain't like 154 where Charlo done fought 3, 4, 5. I mean, damn. You fight one dude for a belt, cool, and then you lose your next fight, or have no fights at for a title, then win the first title shot. Like, damn. To me, there's no way in hell Kambosos could be number one if I gotta tell the truth. Do I think if him and Tank fought, do I think Kambosos would win? Fuck no. I think Kambosos gets knocked out. I think Kambosos beat Tio because Tio was trying to knock him out. I think if Tio went in there and boxed that dude, like, and had some respect for that dude, if he had respect for him, I think he would have won. Like, remember, Tio knocked that dude down in round 10. To me, that's more impressive than getting knocked down early, like he got knocked down. To be able to still stay in that fight and knock that dude down late tells me that dude had a bad game plan in the beginning. Tio should not have lost to Kambosos. Kambosos has turned into the new Tio with all that talking. And all, I'm the man. Dude, neither one of you two were the man from your fucking one win. It's y'all just getting started. All of y'all just getting started. From Devin to Tank, all of y'all just getting started. I don't know who's the best at 135. I just know Tank is the best damn boxer under 140, period. Under 140 ain't nobody been Tank. And I said that shit for 2 years now. So it don't matter to me if somebody's ranked higher at 135 because they decide to stay there, like Triple G at 160. You know, so some of these dudes been there forever. But Tank is not going, he ain't rolling like that. He don't care about them belts. So he ain't never going to be able to really impress J-Mac because he's telling people right now, I don't care about the belts. So you going to have to, some of y'all going to have to judge Tank a little differently because he's telling you in your face, ain't about the belts to him. So he ain't gonna never hold 3 or 4 belts. He ain't going to do it.
I got you. Let me correct you right quick. You said he's the best at 140. How big a difference with Shakur Stevenson? I got Shakur Stevenson moving up right now and taxing that ass. And I'm confident on that. So I mean, you say he's the best. I gotta call you out on that one. I think you slipped that name and forgot about it.
I think that power knock his little young ass out right now. He's not fighting Tank no time soon. Like,
okay,
Tank is too big for he hit too hard for Shakur right now. I think Shakur is the future. Him and Boots are the future. But if you step in the ring with Tank right now at that age, you're gonna get your head knocked off. Like, don't feed him nobody little. Don't feed him nobody little.
Can he touch him?
Shakur, if he do,
Shakur don't
and
get.
When he do,
Tank ain't knocking out shit unless you standing in front of him and you forget how to move and you submit to that little lightweight pressure. Excuse me, sir. If you stand and commit and forget how to move and you feel that pressure and you get submissive to that little lightweight cupcake ass pressure he provided in the ring. Shakur got too many levels. I just always looked at Tank ain't knocking you out unless he coming forward. I think we can argue that or debate that. But I think that's when he's at the best.
Except for 2 dudes, and the last dude was coming forward. He didn't knock him out.
Facts.
Like I said, Shakur beats Tank. I'll put my money on Shakur if he moved up.
It's never gonna happen. Now let me tell you something, Mike. This is what J-Mac do. He the king of fights that ain't gonna happen. Like he would tell you, like he is undefeated with fights that ain't gonna happen. He throw out fights. He got bets with dudes right now for fights that ain't even talked about. But if it do ever happen, he already got the bet. He got the bet going right now.
Let me clear it up, Mike. We are on the back call. We argue about boxing so much. So many fights come up, and I say, oh, if they fight, I'll take your bet right now. He seems to think it's a fight that I'm just betting because I just want the fights to happen. I got a bet on Charlo, bruh. I ain't trying to turn this show sideways.
Yeah,
you shut up, nigga. You shut up. I'm talking about the guy right there with the guy his hands like this. I got a bet. I got a bet on Charlo and Andrade. I have a bet on Benavidez in Charlo. I have a bet on Arrow and Bud, of course.
Who
Intrigue.
bet you that Charlo was gonna beat Benavidez?
I forgot which one it was. I will have to re-up because what we do, we be talking, we be back to so much.
It's live.
I got another one.
Official.
Let me
I'll bet it.
Intrigue.
I'll bet if it ever happens. I'll bet your ass, and it's live.
Okay.
Right now.
All right, that's cool. I mean, that's what you want to do. What you want to do? 2, 5? What?
Yeah, listen. I always told you with you, I like my shit on call. You did? I like my shit on call. So I want 200 push-ups on call. So right now, see if you owe me, I had your ass doing push-ups right now in front of everybody. Like that's how I like it. Anytime.
You know what? They call me Magnello when it come down to betting because I only pick the right bets and the right cherries. So I'll take that one. I'll take that lightweight 200 push-ups. And because I know Benavidez would stomp a mud hole in Jamal ass. I mean, he ain't gonna let no
like you did Gaville. Like you did Gaville.
Right. Oh, let me put Intrigue out right now. Intrigue been fortunate to bless me. But I think with a Bud and Keith fight, I think that's gonna happen maybe this year at the end, next year at the end. But I'm gonna be receiving $1,000 for that brother. So he put up 1,000 on Keith and Bud, and I was gracefully took his offer and all that. So shout out to Intrigue. He got money to blow like that. I got quite a few bets, man. I don't remember, but they all come up again.
Well, I mean, Keith.
Yeah, but Intrigue put 5,000 on Crawford with the bookies. You know what I'm saying? He gonna pay you back with the money he gonna get on the low. That's why he bet you 1,000.
How much he getting back though? Like he ain't really he giving back everything he won.
Like, what do you think the odds gonna be? I think the odds what it's gonna be. I think it'll be a -100. I think it's gonna be close for both. I don't know.
Come out.
I got Bud as the favorite
as a -450. Watch.
Ooh, for Bud or Earl?
For Bud against Keith. -450 against.
Oh, shit, I'm tripping. You are talking about bullshit ass Keith.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
So ain't no way I'm spending 1,000 on Thurman. Yeah, what Keith done. He ain't fought. He fought 4 times in 5 years.
No, he might not get past Barrios. Keep it real.
Nah,
he gonna get past.
He should, but he may not.
He gonna
if little tank.
Yeah, that's why I said
get past Barrios. I got my money on Keith, and I still got.
Okay.
I got.
So what if he don't? So what if he don't? Then what you gonna say about Tank?
I'm gonna have to give Tank his props again.
Goddamn right. If Barrio go out there and put paws on Keith, oh man. Now this nigga Tank the truth, y'all. He might be number 6 on the Papa Pound list now. You know what I'm saying? For real. Because Barrios beat up Keith Thurman, stops him. You gotta allow him for. I think that's gonna be like, dude, was Keith just done or is Tank that good? Which one is it?
I got a question, J-Mac. Who you think wins at 135, Stevenson or Haney?
Ooh, I was telling Mike that one before. I used to have leaning towards Haney, but Stevenson definitely. I think he's more well-rounded than Haney. He's more sharper. I think his IQ is slightly more complex when it comes down to boxing. I think Haney has some great skill sets, and I just think he's too limited for Shakur. I think Shakur can actually pick Haney. I ain't gonna say apart, but pick him and outclass him almost. And so I'm gonna lean towards Shakur. Like I said, until Shakur move up, Haney's the top 135 pounder for me.
Stevenson versus anybody under 140 and under. Ain't nobody fuck with that young man.
I hope he get Gary Russell in there actually. I would like to see. I like to see one of them guys fight Gary Russell. Gary Russell need to fight, man. He need to fight.
I don't know what Gary's doing, man.
I don't know, man. Listen to me. I used to love Gary Russell. Like I used to watch all his fights. I love him. I'm a speed guy, so I loved him. But that story he told about Bud in the amateurs and shit, I started not to like him. I said, this dude full of shit. Like there ain't no way in hell you slapped him. You did all that, and y'all done seen each other since, and he ain't whooped your ass, and you like that. I start realizing, man, Gary Russell delusional. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't gonna fight, I ain't really fucking with you because it's almost like the Charlos is getting like that to me too. Like some of the shit they say outside of boxing just don't add up to me. I'm like, man, I ain't listening. Get in the ring, I'm gonna root for you. Outside the ring, I ain't defending you. Just like Gary Russell. Some of these boxers, T.O., they say some crazy shit. Like when they ain't in the ring, it don't make no sense. Dillian White, it's a lot of fighters like that, man. It just be and then it's just a matter of time before bomb, knocked out or lost. It always happens. Always happens. But nah, man, I think Gary Russell, I think he's a little delusional, man.
Hey, CYP. Go ahead, Mike. My bad.
In the fight game, Mayweather gonna confuse a lot of motherfuckers, man. You will be humble. This game will humble. Ain't too many niggas that don't walk away unscathed who never lost. Select few. Go ahead, J Mac.
Mike had I had said something earlier. Mike kind of questioned and challenged slightly about fighters talking shit. And I told him I think fighters just shut the fuck up and fight. I wasn't basing it from not selling your fight, not talking to opponent. Like if I'm gonna fight Mike, I'm gonna talk about Mike, and I plan on fighting. If I plan on fighting you, I'm gonna talk about you and plan on fighting you. But I'm not gonna talk about CYP and don't plan on fighting you. Like I think that's too much of that going on. What's your outlook on fighters? Always got something to tweet about, type about, but actually not actually planning on getting in the ring with that person. They just want to type. What would you say to that? And that's not for Tank. That's not for Tank. So
I know
I'm
it ain't.
just
I know it's for.
I'm talking
Go ahead,
for
Mike.
pretty much just the whole all the fighters.
Don't fall for his shit. He talking about a specific person. Don't fall for his shit.
No. We talked about it earlier. Shit. Whether it's Teofimo Lopez, whether it's Jamel Charlo, shit, whether whoever the fuck it is, you know what I'm saying? Like these dudes do be popping off, but to me, it's just like they boxers, and sometimes they get a question, and sometimes they go in depth on the question, and maybe they say things that may rub people the wrong way, i.e. Chris Colbert when he did the Deontay Wilder interview that got taken down. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be like that because they in a sport to where maybe what they do, somebody else don't do, and they may necessarily not like their fighting, their style of fight.
Right. No, you right about that. Because I always said fighters gonna say some crazy shit, and I never got mad at it because I feel like when you ain't fighting, you gotta keep eyes on you. So you say crazy shit, but some of the stuff, I'd be like, man, like when it comes to politics and religion, all some of the dumb shit, I'm like, man, you don't get paid for that, partner. Like, keep that to yourself, your friends, and your family. Like, don't get on your live saying dumb shit. Like, look how dumb T.O. looked for all the shit he said about Wilder. I mean, my man, did you forget that? Did you forget? It's almost like he literally forgot. Like, oh shit, I did tell him he was acting like a bitch for all that complaining, taking like a man. I did say that. I think I said it in Spanish too. I'm going loco. Ay, los míos. Like, for real, he tripping. He's straight tripping. Now he look like a bigger fool. And I love how you notice how J Mac threw that jab and talking about he don't think Tank broke his hand. You heard that bullshit?
Yeah, I heard. He said he just said it about 3 or 4 times. I'm just like, damn, like he showed you a picture of the motherfucker, man. Like what you want?
See, that's the shit I gotta deal with back there. You understand me? That's the shit I gotta deal with.
No, man. But look, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get on down, man. Call it a night. We're almost 2.5 hours in. J Mac, anything else you want to say, man?
Nah, man, keep it simple with me. Y'all know Bud the best. Stop hating on him. I've been saying for years that he was gonna knock Port ass out. I didn't heard. I just can't see it. Well, y'all saw it, so deal with it. Let's get your boy Spence in the ring so he can make an example out of his ass too.
Earl,
that's all I got.
Now, the big fish, where you at, big fish? We're looking for you.
I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you, Earl. Where you at? I'm in the ocean. You say you the big fish. I'm looking for you. Where your ass at? Oh, whole ass. Well, you got a lot of room to hide in this motherfucker. I don't know if I can find you in the ocean. See, this ocean big in the motherfucker, man. We ain't gonna be able to find your punk ass out here.
It never gets old, man. Never gets old.
That was clever too. He got right in the water with his phone. He set that shit up perfectly.
Yes, sir.
Big fish.
Anyway,
yo, Mike, you on mute. There you go. Can't really hear you.
Action, man. CYP, let everybody know where to find you at one more time.
you know, I am the official Mr. CYP for those who don't know. If you don't know who I am and you in this atmosphere, you probably ain't listening to shit. Like, I'm him for real in the flesh. This is he. We got our show. J-Mac is on the show. My man right here. He on the show too, called Controversially Correct. It's not a boxing show. It's a relationship show. You want to see some ladies, talk to some ladies, come check our show out. You want to come, you actually want to come talk to them, hit me on my DM at CYP Athletes, Instagram, talk to me. I'll vet you, get you up on there. You know, you got to come respectful. You ain't gonna be a disrespect our ladies, but they are some strong women and they beautiful. So come holler at them if you want to. Check out our show at Mr. CYP. It's called Controversially Correct. We I think we hit 2,000 subs this week. So that's what's up. And we averaging about 3,000 or 4,000 views a show, man. Like I'm happy, I'm proud about that, man. Like y'all, our people showing us love. We really, really appreciate that. But if you want to see us in a different light and see Mr. CYP in a different light than what you see me in boxing, because I'm different over there. But over here, I'm a savage. Over there, I'm the orchestrator, right? But anyway, come check us out. Mike, I appreciate you as always, man. Had to tap in. I see you doing your thing. I like your sign, too. I like the sign. The shit is hot. I like the background looking good. I like the Mike on Sports. You doing some things. You're doing some things. And I'm here with you while you grow because I know you're going to blow the fuck up. You're going to blow the fuck up. Boom. Other than that, y'all know what I'm about. Mike on Sports. Thank you for having me. Y'all know the slogan. CYP. He out. I'll holler at you, J-Mac.
All right, man. All right. And y'all know get down, man. Right. Every superhero need his theme music. Drop that beat on.
I take this, Mike.
Sometimes you got to give people their flowers. While they can still smell it. Mark Nash. Michael Gross, the boss. My nigga. My brother. Let's get this shit done, Mike. We all love sports, right? Mike Gross, the boss. This is Mike on Sports. He smoke competition, same time smoke a port. When it comes to debating, he's one of the greatest. Put him on the A-list over Kellerman and Bayless. If you missed the show, couldn't make it, just log on and click the playlist. That boy always working, not to be played with. Hit subscribe and the bell for the latest. Mike Gross, the boss. Mike on Sports. Right there from first bell, tip up and coin toss. Mike Gross, the boss. Mike on Sports. He call it how he see it. Either you won or you lost. Big games, big fights, rolling dubs up. You like the content, hater? Click the thumb.